Hello, and welcome back to more D&D with your favourite people.
It's like
And Sam.
And Sam.
Hey.
We're really teasing. Thank you very much for coming back. Week 3, we're still at it. It's really good fun. We've all seemed to have had one of those weeks. We've all aged a bit, but we're here to let off some steam and kill a couple of invisible imaginary rats, and we'll get there. Yeah, otherwise I think, so at the time of filming, the first video will be going up just about now, so we're kind of not to date it, but about 2 weeks behind.
I'm gonna go watch it, see you later.
I know, it's come out really well, I'm really proud of it. We're sort of still, it's a learning process, but I think we're doing quite well.
But by this point you already know it's great.
Or do you?
Oh, deep.
Spoilers.
So unless anyone's got anything to say, I said we just dive straight into number 3.
What happened last time?
Well, Fiona, let me tell you what happened last time.
What a prompt.
I also just don't have the notes for it.
Last time, battered and bruised from an invasion of rat folk armed with crossbows and daggers.
It's almost like you're reading this off your laptop.
The party emerged onto the deck of the Athena to see a chaotic battle underway. Split between multiple threats, burning masts, injured guards, threatening goblins and thieving rat folk, the party managed to help restore order on the main deck, even if it did mean another close call for Aubrey. Gathering up the survivors of the battle, order was temporarily restored to the Athena. Captain Grumat, taking all aside, explained that, along with several rat folk, the majority of the crew on board the Athena are trapped below deck, past the barricades you guys all set up while escaping previously. The Athena is badly damaged, and at least from the previous conversations you've had, at least 10 crew, you think, are either dead or missing from above the layers of the ship. Down below, you're not so sure. Whilst the surviving night watch crew limped the Athena towards a nearby island, the Beggar's Bowl, for resupply and repair, after a short rest to bind your injuries and reorganise, a rescue party was formed of 5 individuals. Captain Grumac, Guard Bram, who you rescued from a fight before.
The main man.
Blue the Bard, armed with a newly acquired scroll of Philip. Cure wounds. Theron and Aubrey, each also with a newly acquired potion of Cure Wounds. The mission, to venture below deck, 3 any trapped crew, and eliminate any surviving rat folk. You, last time, had given yourselves a rough marching order of how you were going to proceed. Just turn on the camera quickly.
I am very happy with what I decided last week.
Well, but namely you were going to be right at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I know I should be taking point, given with the heavy armour and the shield and everything, but now I'm seeing it like actually happening. Not sure it was the best idea.
You'll be fine.
So last time you all established yourselves into a rough marching order. From memory, we've kind of laid out as we right at the back. The figures are all in the distance over there, but in yellow we have Aubrey taking the front, next to Theron, between the two of you taking point. Coming up behind is Captain Grumac in green. You had Bram, the guard. Is that purple, would you say, or plum?
I think it's plum, but we shouldn't say any
ginger.
title. Yeah, okay. Ginger plum.
Ginger plum.
Ginger plum.
And then blue somewhere hiding at the back. Actually, weirdly, the shortest of the party.
I'm sure you're the biggest.
Even if he is 5 foot something, which is...
I'm 5'8".
5'8", which is not that small, really.
It's the shortest a Dragonborn can be, according to the...
Oh!
Really?
Yeah,
That's
they're
so cute.
pretty massive.
Not this one.
Armed with torches, I think
Just
3 of you had
massive in a different
torches.
way.
You've got Blue at the back, Captain Grumac and Bram all had torches. You ascend down into the deck. As you descend the stairs quietly, the first thing that strikes you is the noise. You can distinctly hear the sound of waves crashing against the ship as the Athena moves through the water. The usual musty closeness of below decks is different. As you arrive at the foot of the stairs, you even feel a slight breeze against your faces. Captain Grumac, peering over Theron's shoulder, mutters, "Something's wrong here." "No, they wouldn't."
You had.
And he turns to Bram. Bram, I believe they may have opened a hole in the hull of the ship. We need to move fast.
Shit.
Theron, at the front of the group,
Yes.
and you've on dark vision as well.
Yes.
Flickering torchlight illuminating the area beyond you, you notice two things. Firstly, scrape marks and discarded debris across the floor from where cargo seemingly has been moved and pulled around. Secondly, movement and harsh, panicked squeaking noises just beyond the edge of your vision as you see several objects or several figures moving around in the dark.
Do they seem aware of our presence yet?
You don't know.
Okay. How many?
Give me a perception check.
Come on, get those rolls up.
That is 12.
12. It's difficult to say, but you probably saw at least 3 or 4.
Aubrey, Blue, Grimac, Bram. At least 3 or 4 in the distance, scurrying about. I don't know if they're aware of us yet. Ready?
Are we going on 3 or after 3?
Why don't we just not go on a number and we just go?
Oh,
But like a number between 1 and 20. That's
Okay, I feel
randomly
like
chosen.
I feel like we're getting a little bit distracted on the numbers.
Let's go.
Grimac as well. Time is of the essence here.
Yes, so
must-
we should probably just. All right.
okay.
Let's go.
He leans over. Remember, when we're fighting, fight what you can, stick in teams, evade if you need to. We need to get out of here alive.
Aubrey and I will take the front.
Yep.
Keep the pistol handy. Bram, what do you have?
What do you do?
You
What-
can see he,
what's your contribution to
from
this
the
team?
equipment scattered across the deck from the fight before, he seems to have appropriated himself a longsword, a leather tan shield that is showing some signs of wear and use, but is still fairly functional. And you can see he's picked up one of the heavy crossbows that was offered around from before that neither of you guys took, and he sort of is in the process of switching over and equipping the heavy crossbow.
I took a crossbow.
Took a crossbow? Yeah, you were all offered light crossbows and there were 2 heavies, to which Bram has taken one.
I've got the other.
You've got the other.
I'm good.
Bram, keep the heavy crossbow ready. Keep it primed. Fire at the first sign of movement.
Aye.
Ready?
He's got an accent.
No, let's not do this now.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right.
To arms!
Oh, Christ.
I advance forward.
Okay.
I keep in step.
At this point, can I take initiative from everybody as we go into a precarious situation?
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, beforehand,
Arms.
just to explain a little bit, we had a theory, didn't we, on your dice rolls? And
Yeah,
so, was that, did you hit it against the side or not that time?
I did hit it against the side,
And
yeah.
that's supposed to make it higher or
It's
lower?
supposed to make it higher than 10.
Okay, cool. And what did you get?
I got a natural 1.
Oh dear, which puts you at what?
1?
1. 1 for initiative. Fantastic. Blue?
I got 15.
15 for blue.
Which is going to be useful.
And 90.
Onwards. Okay.
Onwards. Go on.
Yeah, you first. No, you.
Charge.
Right, Grimac has gone. Grimac's alright, actually.
Don't do it against you.
I'm just trying.
Okay.
No. I think you need better dice. There you go.
Really good rolls in last session.
So, Aura, you're the first to react. You hear this conversation about do we time it? Do we go on?
I mean, I
just
suggest
go?
it, and then I'm like, okay, we'll just go. And then just go. I don't
Go.
wait for anything else.
So, you do not have a torch, you have your axe handy. What would you like to do? You can see about 20 foot in front of you clearly, and then another 20 feet in dim light. I'm going to need a laser pointer or something. That's my next.
That's my next
acquisition,
thing. Yeah.
So that would be about here.
So what there?
So 20 feet in front of Aubrey, which you can see, and another 20 feet in low light.
So I'd like to go. Hang on, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna go 20 feet
Okay,
to here,
it's 20, yeah.
and then hold my action. So if something comes to me,
Yeah.
I will just hit it with my great axe. I've learned my lesson from just rushing in, and realised because I wrote down notes saying teams survival Grumac So I will wait for Theron to catch up.
That's an adapting party, right?
But
there,
if anything comes to me, I will hit it.
And I
Okay,
will be with
holding
you in
your action.
half an hour.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that's all I can do.
Captain Grumac in green is going to advance to behind Aubrey's position, using her as cover, and you can see him again with one of the light crossbows. Sort of put a bolt in, he's loaded it, and he sort of is getting ready himself.
I thought he had a pistol.
He does have a pistol, but he's got one
I
of the
recommend not
crossbows.
using it right now. So I'm in the way.
From the combat above board, the one thing you do remember towards the end was he had a junior member of the navigation crew helping him.
Yes.
So what he was doing was firing a shot, handing the pistol over, and it seemed to be some sort of quite extensive reloading mechanism that needed to happen between shots. Think more of a sort of less ammunition and more, powder. Yeah, exactly, that sort of thing. We're talking crude here.
Renaissance era munitions rather than
Age of Sail. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Haha.
So, Dance Blue, what would you like to do?
Okay, can I squeeze past Theron and...
Unless the party tell me otherwise, yes, you will assume you can move through friendly people.
Charge!
Bram's just like, wait. Is everyone hiding behind me?
Okay, so you're hiding behind
It's like a
Grumac.
descending line.
Who's hiding behind Aubrey? Yeah, that's fine.
God, I would
What would
love
you like
to.
to do?
I just do nothing.
That's easy for me. Fantastic. Okay, you...
These rats are probably just going,
What the fuck's going on?
what are they doing? They're all in line.
So you hear scurrying noises towards the back. It would be... So at the moment, Aubrey is closest to this. How far is your dark vision, actually?
60
Now
feet.
that Grumac has moved forwards a bit, actually. So you can still see 60. So do you mind marking 60 feet out for me?
5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60.
Right, Grumac can see this. Theron can see this. So
Great.
what we have got is 3 rat folk who seem to be in the process of dragging some equipment from the right side of the ship as I'm looking at it to the left here. Now I've got some barrels. I'll go get some barrels in a second, but they appear to be dragging sort of barrels towards. They kind of look up, see the light coming, start nattering to each other like very like, oh, and they just start dragging, and then sort of disappear just out of sight. Ooh. That's what you see.
God damn.
All right.
Bram is going to advance forward again.
He's going to join our conga line.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the one thing that would have happened, so Bram will come forward, and he'll stand next to Grumac, so just to the side of him. Grumac was holding his action if he saw somebody he was going to fire, so he'll fire his crossbow with a natural 20.
Oh,
not even going to bother.
Doesn't even need
Actually, I will
us.
We
bother.
really are the B team.
Yeah.
Don't think of yourselves like that.
We are the side.
You're right. We're probably the C team.
Okay. Actually, you see a bolt fly out into the dark, catching one of the rat folk just under the arm. Just you see it impale, like, the squeak as it kind of falls over, loses grasp of the box, but it's still about scurrying and keeping itself up, and as it drags the box into the darkness. That's a very bad crit roll. That.
Unfortunate.
So Bram moves alongside. He can't see anything. So again, he's going to get his crossbow and hold it up, ready to fire. You... Fortunately, it is Aubrey because you're up front.
Oh, it's
You
me.
hear
Okay.
a sort of... as 2 bolts fly out of the darkness towards you.
Oh dear.
Now, you can't see them, so unfortunately they have
Okay,
advantage
I've got
against you.
advantage on me.
That's a 2 and a 4. So that's a 9 to hit, which I'm assuming doesn't.
No.
And that's a 26 to hit, so that one does hit.
I think that does hit.
I'm going to imagine. No, 24 to hit,
Oh,
sorry.
this is-
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't make these things up.
You shouldn't.
How they got 24? Wow.
So that is... Let me just double check. I think it's
Ridiculous.
That's 9 points of damage as a crossbow bolt thuds into the side of you, and you just about sort of get it out. It doesn't quite embed it as close as it should, but you just
that really
as this thing hits you,
Okay.
and you hear sort of reloading noises coming from inside, or further to the back of the ship.
Okay. Good. Great.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Baron.
I'm going to charge. So,
Out of the way, Bram.
okay, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What can I see?
Okay. So you can see
So my dark vision will take me up to...
Presumably the end
pretty
of
much the back wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless... If these are open, I might be able to see a little bit into these corridors.
Okay. They look like they're open.
Right.
Yes. So you can see here the 3 rat folk from before,
Yep.
all huddled around some barrels. Actually, Sam, can I trouble you and get you to just have a look at some barrels? So some barrels.
Barrels, yeah.
So the other thing you see is hunkered down behind barrels at the back are 2 goblin figures that you saw from above the ship. These sort of salt-flecked, grey creatures reloading crossbows, which you would assume have just been fired at Aubrey.
Are they in the open?
They are crouching behind barrels. So they've kind of used cargo, they've turned it over, and they're using it as sort of a shield mechanism, effectively.
Right.
Perfect. On the other side,
Oh no.
you see more rats scurrying through the cargo. They are now aware that you are close to them, and they're, again, readying weapons, but you feel like they were trying to just scavenge as much equipment as they could, effectively. So we'll just see. This is what these guys are carrying here.
Okay, so I want to do 2 things, if I may.
You may.
First of all, I want to announce the party. 3 to the left, rats. 3 to the right, also rats.
Right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you guys.
2 goblins up front, crossbows, crouching behind barrels using cover. I also want to, if possible, take out my crossbow from my back and fire at some of the rats that are in the open.
Okay, so which side are you going for? It's on the closest to you. There's one that's been hit by Grumac.
I'm going to go for that one.
Yeah. Go for that one. Right, roll and attack.
Come on.
That is a 8.
8 to hit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
This one, it's so injured, it kind of limps as you go to shoot it. Bolt fires over its head and flies into a wall. There is one other thing you do see.
Uh-oh.
Now that we're there.
Well, the pens are coming out, it's not good.
The source of the breeze. What appears to be a very haphazardly created 5-foot hole in the side of the ship, where the wood and timbers have been hacked and sawed and beaten with possibly hammers, and this opening has been made in the side of the ship. And from deduction, the rats appear to be moving cargo towards it right now.
Okay. Can I, before my turn ends, put my crossbow away, pull out my sword?
Yep.
And I want to say to Grumac, your hole's at the far back at the right. It's about 5 foot. They seem to be taking the cargo there.
Perfect. Okay. That is Theron's go. Now, before we're doing that. Okay, so we're back to the top. Aubrey.
It's me. I'm not happy.
Not happy, but
I can just get that. Okay, I am annoyed, but not angry, and I don't know why. It's probably because I'm out of ranges, but I don't know.
At this point, it's a number of combats. You do feel weary, even with the magical healing that you've received so far. There is a fatigue in you that's crept in.
We're all knackered.
It's been a long day.
It's been
a long morning.
It's been awful.
It's probably still only 4 o'clock or something in the morning.
Oh, in the morning?
Yeah, you were woken up in the middle of the night.
Oh, God.
You're about 3 o'clock, you've had an hour's rest. Combat is almost instantaneous in the span of the day, so...
Horrific. Okay, so... Are there any other cargo boxes around here at all?
Okay, make me... Because you can see around, make a perception check. It's a good question.
Perception. It's just an 8.
Your first reaction is... Oh my god, where's all the cargo gone?
Yeah.
The only thing you twig instantaneously is that there is a lot less than there was before.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. So there's not enough to like try and drag and create a barrier or anything. Like
there are the occasional boxes and things. Yeah, if you want to move a box, I've got a couple of extra ones here. You can make some cover for yourself if you want to. It would be an action to sort of pull
that's why I thought
away.
so. That's why I thought so. Okay, that's fine.
Don't forget as well, if that's what you're looking for, there is such a thing as the dodge action as well, which gives disadvantage to people trying to hit you.
But I kind of need to hit things. Okay, I'm gonna.
If you need it.
I'm gonna see if I can get up to this guy. I think I can.
Okay.
I've got 30 feet.
30 feet.
So I think if I can get up to this person, or
Yeah,
I assume I can see that far.
Yeah.
So
it's dim light when you get out to him.
That's fine.
It is
I'm
dark,
literally gonna.
so it would be at disadvantage because the nearest torch from you is about 40 feet away, 35 feet away.
I'm just gonna rush in. I'm gonna rush in and try and hit this with my
disadvantage. Yeah, go
great
for it.
axe. Okay, so the first one is a 19. Second one is a 16. So 16 plus 6, so 22.
Hits. Hits.
Nice.
Take that.
With the great axe. Here comes the revenge.
And here comes the revenge, but with no range. I'm just like, that's a 5 plus 4 slashing damage, so 9 total.
9. The thing sees you coming and goes to duck, but doesn't anticipate that you're not swinging, you're boing, and it just goes flat and you hit the deck.
Yeah.
And it just, a mess,
It's
pulpy
like,
mess.
Yeah, it's like a Harley Quinn hammer throw, like,
Yeah, and the sort of two behind the barrels where you look up and go,
and I go, ah!
Okay, that one is gone. That one is
Cool.
gone.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Thank you.
And that's my turn.
That's your turn.
Nice.
At this point, sort of clicking it back into place, his crossbow, he will look up, see the goblins firing on Aubrey, and Grumac will attempt to fire another crossbow bolt towards them. Because he has dark vision, like you. So that's even with cover.
Come on,
Just double check that.
Come on,
Yep, he hits.
Oh,
So that
Come on,
is
18.
one of these. It's not great. Okay, so again, you see a crossbow bolt thud into one of the goblin's shoulders. It sort of tries to pull it out, gives up as it sort of swings its crossbow, ready to hit. Grumac is going to move to the side. Yep, so forward a little bit, left, to go towards the hole. And you actually see him just duck and dive behind a load of barrels as he attempts to disappear.
He's only moved 20 feet.
Yeah, and now he disappears.
And
You see him dive into some of the remaining barrels and sort of just hide, just vanish behind them.
Where'd you go?
Blue.
Okay, I have seen Aubrey looking better, so I'm going to go 5, 10,
Right behind
15,
Theron.
25, 30.
Yep.
And
So
then
you've got a torch, so now Aubrey, you can now see much better ahead of you. There's this flame, the light
You're even
sort
uglier
of
than I
bounces
thought,
its way to you.
I forgot I had a torch. Not going to be able to hide with that. Okay, so I'm going to take the dodge action.
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. You just get yourself into a ready position, just analysing everything, watching the threats.
Cool.
That is fine. Okay.
Slowly getting there.
As this is all happening, you see the rats. They have this sort of, now that several creatures are rushing towards them, you can see them getting scared and sort of flitting around. The thing you notice is that as soon as these rats start to panic, the goblins looking around just start to in this horrible guttural language, pointing and gesticulating towards the rats, and the rats are like looking between you, the goblins, and you, and the goblins.
All that management
And
stuff.
there's a sort of as they all drop what they're holding, and the three are going to sprint because they can only move 25 feet. So 5, 15, 20, so they can't do that. So they're going to go towards Theron and towards.
Good. Saves me having to come to them.
Yeah, no, so they all stick together.
They're all going to you!
As they take the dash
Saves
action
me a
towards you.
journey.
They see the sword and the shield. You can see the way the goblins are pointing as they go towards you, but they've used all of their energy to get to you this turn, so there's nothing else they can do. Bram is going to just drop the crossbow and move up to you with his sword and shield, and is going to try and take an attack
Come on,
on the
Bram.
rat folk. He will hit.
Yay!
Yes! 18!
And he just cuts one down. Wow.
Yes!
I'm glad you asked him to come along with us.
I mean, my relationship with this guy's building. So every time he's awesome. I love him.
And very quickly, in a sort of trained sense, you see him just beside you take up a sort of defensive position, covering your sword arm effectively. So your shield's in the way, his shield covers through. He
We're like the
looks like he knows what he's doing.
Bromance.
Oh.
Okay, so the goblins,
That's
seeing the commotion over there, are going to take 2 shots. One shot towards you, Theron, and one towards Bram. So Theron can't hit you. 7 to hit.
No.
Right. Bram, unfortunately, 19 to hit does hit.
No!
So this one will fly over for 7 points.
Does he get some cover because he's behind this mast thing?
A random.
There is a mast there, but no, they can kind of lean past. They're each taking one either side of that. There's no cover, unless you're kind of using
try.
it.
Nice.
I thought I'd ask. No, it's
It's a good question. No, it's a good question. I'll let you take that. You see Bram just take a crossbow bolt, sort of grazes his leg. He kind of pulls it out and is sort of gingerly putting it down, but he seems alright. He's gonna
God damn, Bram.
crack on.
Good man. Good man.
You see the goblins reloading. They both actually now drop properly behind the barrels, and they're very difficult to see. You think taking a shot at them would be very difficult at this range, as they continue shouting orders and telling the rats, you think, to get forward. To which they do. These 2 rats, you see equipped crossbows, run up to the side of the barrels and kind of fire over the top towards Aubrey next to them. They've seen their friend been cut down. So no, that's a 9 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
On one of them, just check. Yeah, 9 to hit and an 18 to hit.
Oh well, yeah, 18 hits.
18 hits. Oh, that's a bad one. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I'm sorry. That is 8 points of piercing damage. Because again, this time the crossbow bolt hits deep. You get it right in the sort of stomach area. As it, you're not feeling great.
Not feeling great. Okay.
Theron.
I'm going to slash at the goblin that's to my left.
Go for it. Roll an attack.
Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was almost an 18.
That's an 8.
I'm sorry, no.
I swear to God.
I am so bad at this.
You
Doesn't
guys.
hit. No. Again, but you're sort of locked in combat. The 2 of them sort of darting and weaving around, looking seemingly quite bothered by the fact that its friend has fallen, but still attacking. Aubrey, up to you. Assuming you don't want to do anything, Karen, you're stood there.
Don't think I can do anything else.
No, okay, you continue just to sort of weave and circle these creatures.
So, I've not come across this before, but taking a potion, how are we ruling this in this game?
We're using my usual rules.
Right.
So if you are using or drinking a potion for yourself, it's a bonus action. If you're using a potion on someone else, it's an action.
Drink it.
Yeah, that's actually that's what I was going to do. So yeah, can I drink my common healing potion? Like just pop it and just like chug
You
it
can.
down?
That's a 2d4 plus 2.
Alright, so
Nice.
4,
2 for 8.
8 points.
Alright, back up to
That's
10.
good.
Yeah. You drink this thick, kind of weird, I'm trying to think, you know that sort of like medicinal taste, that real sort of herby, as it goes down and it burns as it goes down, like a strong whiskey as you drink it, but as it goes down, you feel just this burning all around the injuries, as you feel wounds close. They're still there and they're still painful, but at least the blood is stopped.
It's not as bad as it was. Now,
they look better.
Second part, can I grab one of the barrels in front of me and almost chuck it like Donkey Kong style towards the goblins?
You can. I mean, you probably could move there with your movement if you wanted to.
It's just more, I'd rather stay where I am so I'm not surrounded.
Totally. So you can grab one of the barrels and chuck it. Perfect. Right. Make for me.
Yes.
It is improvised weapon, so just roll a
Naturally.
d20, add your strength.
Excellent. That's an 18
hello.
plus 4, so 22.
22.
Does that...
Okay, it definitely hits. So
Nice.
roll
Yes.
roll a d4
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
plus your strength.
2, 6.
6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas any particular one you're aiming for?
I
Is it an
literally-
injured
I'm
one,
just-
or I didn't ask this before.
No,
Is it an
I-
injured one or a healthy one?
I was just aiming for behind because I can't see them. They
Right,
duck
so-
down. I'm just literally trying to hit
Okay.
anyone. So,
Okay,
yeah,
right. We'll say odds the injured one, even so even the non-injured one.
Perfect.
Okay. So you hit that. So how many points of damage?
6.
6 points of damage, and I'm going to make him make a strength throw,
That's right.
which he fails. You just see this thing look up and just bam as the barrel hits it and just as it hits
It's like,
the floor.
yeah. I'm
Nice.
Very,
super
very
angry.
well done.
Yeah. So that's your
Yeah,
action.
that's everything,
Your bonus
yeah, I'm-
action. You're going to stay there. Or
I'm
you
gonna stay
moving?
here.
Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here.
Aubrey
Okay.
goes 8-bit.
If you tucked in a little bit, you could probably get a little cover behind the barrels, or you can stand in
that
the
sounds
open.
excellent. I think I will do that. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
that's fine. That's fine. Remember, cover, corners, things are good to keep you easy.
yeah, Aubrey needs to think about this.
You're feeling pretty hurt right now.
Yeah.
It would come naturally.
Yeah.
Grumac, you sort of
Come.
don't really
Mystery.
see him. You kind of get this vague sense of movement down this left-hand side of the ship here. And again, just this thing, as a crossbow bolt just whizzes out at one of the goblins. He does not see him.
Come on.
And it definitely hits.
Oh,
Yeah. Come on.
Hang on, let me get all of these.
I'm really hyped now.
Oh, rogues and sneak attacks, eh? Yeah, okay, the goblin just doesn't see it coming and just is looking up, brings the crossbow over to fire at Aubrey, and just thunk in the side of its head, and it just goes down, just clocks it to the ground. As you see Grumac appear sort of here, reloading as he sort of props himself up behind another
With
barrel.
briefcase.
With the briefcase. I love the briefcase. It's the best
so
bit.
I love that it's kind of like he's giving a thumbs up too.
Hey, we got you teams. Like,
Blue.
So was that goblin dead?
That goblin's dead.
Which
He
one,
is
left or
dead.
right?
Left. There we go. He's dead.
nice.
Blue. That's
Blue.
me.
It's you.
How is Audrey looking?
Who's Audrey?
Well, that's what Blue thinks your name is.
Uh,
How's Aubrey looking?
Safe.
Thank you.
not great.
Okay, Blue is going to rush up and
No.
get the scroll of Philip and just rub it into your face.
I turn around.
Just get this paper being rubbed
Okay.
into.
I get paper cuts rather
Cure
than anything.
wounds paper.
Is that genuinely what you're doing?
With the cure wounds scroll.
Taking the scroll and rubbing it
While saying
her.
cure wounds.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Give me an intelligence check.
Inflict
Oh.
runes instead.
Oh, no.
I get paper cuts.
Only because, from conversations we had last session, would you say that Blue knows what he's doing right now?
Yes.
But you've not had a scroll before, have you?
Okay.
Have you?
Well, we
I
haven't
just
had this
assumed.
discussion.
The Philip is something that's happened over an extended period of time and has kind of been worked out, you could argue. But a scroll.
But
Maybe-
why would the pirate captain think I was arcane adept? I've only done precipitation.
Ambitious mockery. And
Oh.
field.
And you did that thing with your breath and the lightning.
He doesn't know that's him.
Doesn't know.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's.
Make an
Make an intelligence check, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Sam.
20.
Ow.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. What I would say is that Blue doesn't really get the point of the scroll. Never really had one before. But there's just this sort of weird memory of maybe seeing stuff before. You've seen not even scrolls, but just magical writing, and you know that it's important. You're clever enough to get that it's clearly of powerful importance. And you're kind of just, as you're rubbing it, you're kind of saying a couple of things and curing. And it's just as you mention the healing, you feel this sort of warmth extend from it. And there's just a part of you that, without even thinking, just focuses on the one thing is, and you just feel the power just erupt out of the scroll onto Aubrey. So,
Okay.
make the spell. So it's a D8 plus your charisma
Ooh,
Okay.
modifier.
that's exciting.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, very good.
Nice.
That is 12.
12 points of healing.
Oh,
And
I'm feeling
this
so much
burst
better.
of radiant light just illuminates the interior of the hull for almost a sort of like moment of a second. And this energy, again, just where the healing potion is sort of
Did you see that
spreading
as well?
through, it almost like
you see that
accelerates
too?
it and doubles
Yeah,
the
I'm
effect.
sort of backlit
Sorry.
my buns and everything's like, ah, and then goes.
And we will say, for purposes of this, Blue kind of recognises not necessarily how scrolls work, but the trigger mechanism for it. So
Cool.
So
Good
that's
to know. Sorry, I was just like, is it?
no, we're
Should
just
should I not be rubbing her in the face?
Well,
this is the
no.
thing, yeah. Not
I'm just
necessarily.
confused. Like, it
Okay, so that's your
works.
action, your movement.
Oh.
Anything else you'd
I'm
like
a
to do?
magical genius. I'm gonna try and provide. Is there any space left to get some cover behind these barrels?
As long as Aubrey's there's always cover to be
Okay,
had.
I will hide behind all
Fantastic.
Hey.
a shield that I healed.
Okay,
Very nice.
the rat folk, again, they're looking around frantically, assessing situations, but you just hear this goblin just filthily shouting at them as they look around, and they're like, yeah, as they come around. So they're both sort of the ones stood next to Theron, so they're going to attack you.
Both of them.
Yeah. As
Cool.
one of them
Oh.
goes
It's all
to
right.
attack, however, Bran, just in this sort of natural
Fighter.
reaction, brings his shield down and
Yeah.
almost just puts himself between you and one of these creatures. Natural one. So, no,
Oh.
again, this dagger is coming towards you as you focus on the other one momentarily, and this shield, bam, just knocks the arm down. The dagger falls to the floor as it looks. It goes, nah. The other one
Yeah.
will try and attack you,
Come
and no, just again, this swinging dagger parries just off the chainmail on your side, doesn't get any purchase.
Nice.
As the two of them sort of stand there, reassess their situations. Make wisdom saving throws. They're out there. They are out of there. They're going to bonus action disengage,
Yep.
and they are going to. Actually, can these ones do that? Let me just double check that. They
Uh-oh.
might not be able.
Please say they can't. Please say they
Oh,
can't.
come on.
They can't.
Yes!
No, they can't. So they are going to kind of spin around slightly, keeping in range of Theron.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to move towards the hole in the ship, keeping within 5 feet of Theron, though. There we go, and then kind of end there. That's fine.
Aw, that
Uh,
It's
Down.
fine.
Bram, sort of seeing this opportunity, is going to cut into one of the rat folk, but this time doesn't hit.
Oh,
It's
Basically,
alright. It's
just
alright.
keeping the defensive wall up. The last remaining goblin, seeing Grumac just take out one of his friends, is going to fire the crossbow at Grumac
no.
with a natural 20.
Oh no!
Unfortunately.
grumbles.
So let's just roll this one out. 7 points of damage. You see this crossbow bolt fly out the darkness, just coming towards Grumac's sort of torso. It's going to hit badly. But just at the last second, Grumac just manages to just bring himself out of the way, and you feel it just doesn't connect to the same extent it should. So he takes
Ooh.
3 points of damage.
How
It's like
uncanny.
he uncannily dodged it.
How
Yeah, exactly.
uncanny.
How uncanny, one
How
could
uncanny.
say. Which you just literally did. I feel silly now.
Yeah. Hey, well, by adding in the joke, you know, we can all.
We're all there.
Yeah. The rat folk behind the barrel, seeing Aubrey get hit a couple of times and just be healed by this healing. We're gonna
Oh.
let's just see if they recognise that. Which
Wax on, wax on.
one of them clocks onto it. So one of them's going to fire at Aubrey again, and the other is going to fire at Blue. So one of them
Oh.
for Aubrey is a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
So that does hit, unfortunately. That is a very bad roll, though. That is only for 3 points
Oh, I was like, oh,
of piercing damage.
Hey, all right.
And 1 for Blue.
Uh,
Natural 20.
oh no.
I'm sorry.
Hacks.
That's 7 points of damage.
Oh,
This one hits again.
Wonderful.
A 3 and a 2 on 2d6. That's
Oh
not
god.
very good, is it?
maths.
It's a 1, 2, and a 3 I just rolled there. It's fine. As they, again, just kind of come over the top of the barrels, you can feel kind of this weird barricade in front of them with these propped up crates, and planks wobble slightly as they kind of scuttle over it and fall back down. One of them kind of falls on its arse as it's desperately putting another bolt into its crossbow. We're going on to Theron.
Gonna hit the one in front of me.
Do it.
This time.
Come on, you will get it.
We're going to hit it. Okay?
Oh no. Hey!
That is a 19.
19 hits.
Great, okay, so.
Come on.
And that is 7, 9.
Are you hitting the injured one or the non-injured one?
Which one's the injured one?
The one of them next to you. It was the one that Grumac hit previously.
I was under the impression the injured one was the one over here that
He was
Aubrey
on the
just
left and kind of sprinted towards you after Grumac.
Oh, right. I totally
I didn't, I
fired my
forgot to
crossbow at
mention
the
it.
wrong person.
Forgot to mention.
Don't worry. I will take out the injured one.
Right, you just skewer it through the middle, sword out, already ready for the next one. As it falls down dead. Okay, one of them left. Aubrey.
Sorry. I'm like, what would Aubrey do? She'd just rush in, so that's not helpful. How injured do these two look?
Those two.
Yeah. They look
So
fine.
you've got blue with the light. Make a perception check for me.
Sure, of course. That's a 10.
A 10.
But yeah, straight 10.
You don't see any signs of visible injury, but it's very difficult to say.
So fine. In that case, I get the sense that the goblin is the one in charge, and basically I just think I'm just going to take it straight to the top, and I'm going to charge over to him.
Okay, so move yourself.
Yeah, I can just get
So
there.
you can move yourself so that you don't go within 5 feet of the rat. Just saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we're doing that?
Yeah, we'll do
We're
that.
doing that.
Do that.
Fine. Okay, so you move up to the goblin.
Yeah, if I can, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse
It's
me.
reloading
Thank
its
you.
crossbows. It hears the noise and kind of peers around, sees you coming, and goes. Its teeth is nasty, horrible. Its teeth. It bears at you.
and I say to it, if she thinks of a funny pun, I'll just say, "You need to go see a dentist," and I want to recklessly attack it.
A reckless attack. Go for it.
That's worthy of my vicious mockery.
Alright, so it's 15. 3, so take the 50. Yeah, it's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Rough damage.
I will. 8 plus 4, so that's 12 slashing damage.
12 slashing damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beyond dead. This thing, you just
It's eviscerated.
again. It tries to like bring its head back, and you just cleave it off round the side of the cover before it can even pull itself back. The thing just lopping onto the floor.
And just, phew.
Okay,
And that's it. That's all I can do.
Grumac is going to again with his crossbow take a shot at one of the rats behind Aubrey. This one doesn't hit though, unfortunately. It just bumps into the barrel.
Damn it, Grumac! Pull your weight!
You don't understand. We are now the A team. The roles are reversed.
You see him try and like hide again in the barrels, sort of but there aren't many by the by the entrance. So he
We
doesn't
can
really.
see you!
He sort of looks at you, and goes,
What?
"Kill them!"
Boo!
Blue.
Okay, so Blue thinks back to when he saw the theatre production Hot Fuzz, and
Wow.
that scene in the marketplace of Super, where they push something and just crush the two men in the butcher's aisle against the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is possible, I don't quite know the layout of this, but can I just do like a massive push of all these barrels just to try and either push them on top of or shove them back into the wall?
So it's a fairly decently sized. So there's probably the barrels come to about 3 or 4 feet high. The rats were kind of climbing on top to fly over the top of them. There's probably 7 to 8 barrels there, but you
Okay.
could certainly try.
Let's try for
Go for it.
lulz. Just
Okay, make for me. Let's go for an athletics check.
come on, athletics +5.
Yes!
Oh my fucking god.
Yes.
Did not expect that to work.
Natural 20.
Okay, right.
I'm just gonna make some quick
I
rolls.
made 2 dexterity checks for the 2 rats and they got 2 5s, so even with their
I
modifier,
don't
which
think that- I
is
don't think that passes.
plus 2, so 2 7s. No, okay, so you just shunt into the barrels, and while they don't kind of push to the extent that you wanted them
No.
to, what happens is that the impact just makes the ones at the far end, almost like a sort of Newton's cradle style, just catapult and fall onto the 2 rats. These barrels probably 4 feet tall, the rats maybe sort of 2.5, 3 feet, and they just fall on them.
Nice.
So we're going to do... roll a d10 for me, please.
Okay. Oh, Samuel.
They both failed the check.
Don't suck. 4.
4 points of damage. The
Okay.
crates kind of fall onto them. They get sort of caught up in it. All these crashing noises as all of these things fall on them. They're scrambling as they go around, and you've definitely hurt them considerably.
Are they knocked down?
But they got up again.
You're never going to keep
That's-
them down.
Never gonna keep them down.
Okay, so that's...
Old references.
So
I love it.
yeah, you can kind of shunt everything forward a little bit if you want. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. That'll do.
Actual
Okay.
Donkey Kong in the back.
It's good. I love it. Improvised like
Yep,
nonsense.
yeah.
that's probably me.
Perfect. Great go. Okay, fine. The one last remaining rat folk stood by Theron, looks up at Theron, looks up at Bram, looks back at the 2 dead goblins, and goes, "Ah!" and then runs. So he's going to disengage. Will he? No, he's going to risk it. He's going to dash instead. So
He did.
you will both get an attack of opportunity, which Bram will also take as well. So Bram misses.
13.
13. Doesn't hit.
Oh!
Armor class 14.
Damn it!
It just bolts through it and goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30, 40, yeah, and then just literally runs to the side of the ship and goes, "Ugh," and you just don't see him anymore. He just vanishes.
I mean, well, he's still gone, so that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Good job, team.
There we go.
It does count.
Okay. So going down, that goes to Bram. Seeing everything, he will sort of, very in the heat of the moment, just look at you. You okay?
Yes, go!
And he runs forward. So he will go, he'll dash to get up to the 2 rats. He looks like he's sort of going to go to bash them with the shield, but it's basically just almost
Yeah.
blocking the way out, pinning them into the corner.
Nice.
But he can't attack because of the dash that he had to make. They're dead. Okay, the 2 rat folk are looking at the danger, are going to just try and... Again, they're going to just try and dash around, so they're going to lead this way. Bram's already taken his attack opportunity this turn.
Yep.
But he's just had his turn. No, so he's still got one actually. So he'll come round. They're going to try and dash because they can get out. So yeah, attack of opportunity for Bram and for you.
Sweet.
Aubrey, this time Bram hits.
No survivors.
No! That's a natural 1.
Natural
Many
1.
survivors.
That's fine. You were still technically attacking recklessly, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I thought, but it's only...
I don't know if you have to elect it
I
per...
put for defense.
Because they get an advantage for the rest of your turn, right? I just read how it is. Is it
says,
per attack? or-
sorry, DM's corner. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee attack weapon rolls using strength during your turn.
Okay.
And that's all it said. In your turn.
In your turn, fine. So not attack opportunities. That's fine. Okay, so maybe you miss.
Thing.
Bram does, however, clip one and just kills it as it goes past. And one of them dies. The other just again bolts out and just dives out of the boat. And that is out of initiative.
Yay!
Still not dead.
Still not
They're
dead.
not dead. So
Sweet.
Oh, jeez.
I think let's take a quick break here.
Hey!
Correct ourselves.
Woo!
And yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Right, so back in we go. You just looking around at the scene of chaos, with this battle scene again, corpses of rats and goblins scattered throughout the deck. You can see cargo has been moved about, certainly much less cargo on the deck than there was last time you came down. What would you like to do?
I want to rush over and try and bridge this gap.
Okay, so going over to the gap, you quickly assess it's probably about 5 feet sort of wide, 5 feet tall. It's been hacked away, and actually, once you have a look around the deck and around the sort of areas, you can see a couple of discarded tools by the hole itself, swords, sledgehammers, a couple of wood-cutting axes, various tools that have been used. Looking out at the ship, you can see that you're still probably, I have to check the exact measurements, but probably about 10 feet above the waterline. So the waves are still coming up and down, but there's no risk of the sea coming in. It's still high enough. But you can try and bridge it, yeah, if you'd like.
Before I fix this hole, can I look outside and see if there are any other holes along this side of the ship?
You can make a perception check.
Shall I come over and hold
No.
you as you...
Get off me! Get off me!
I don't think you're holding, but no reason to.
That's 11.
11. Looking about, no, you can't see any from this angle. It's the way that the ship is sort of curved. You could probably only see 70 degrees of the boat, but you can't see any, no.
Okay, I want to fix the hole.
Okay, now you don't have any sort of like carpentry tools on you or anything like that, so this is a case of really kind of, you need to find things to do. Unless you're just putting barrels against it, you can push stuff against it, but if you wanted to actually like hammer stuff in, you'd need some sort of equipment.
Yeah, I want to get something decent, because if we turn left, we're screwed.
Okay, that's fine.
Is it the Mary Rose which
so-
did that?
From memory, you know that there is a workshop on the ship,
Right.
actually on this deck. So you could go and have a look and see if there's equipment. Probably some of the tools on the deck have probably come from there.
Okay, I want to turn to Grumac. Say, Captain, the workshop, could we use that to fix this hole?
Please, go ahead.
Right. I'm just going to go to the workshop then.
Okay. Yeah, so making your way over to the workshop. The door is ajar, not quite closed. It's, just sort of briefly.
I want to go in weapons ready.
Yeah, sort of kick the door open slowly, coming in with your blade. As the light sort of illuminates in, Bram will kind of follow you with his torch and sort of keep an eye on you. He don't see anything. There's no sort of creatures. Make an investigation check for me.
That is investigation 12.
12. Given a sort of minute or two, you find various pieces of equipment, a couple of nails, what appears to be somewhere between a sledgehammer and a sort of carpentry hammer. It's not great, but it'll do. Some planks of wood, there's sort of sides of cargo crates. Given it sort of 15 minutes or so, you reckon you could probably have a decent attempt at fixing the hole. A couple of the things you see in the workshop, there are various tools and discarded sort of implements around. It seems to be very much the room where things like barrels, crates, sails, bits of the mast, like little bits of the ship are being fixed effectively. So it's sort of equipped for all of the wood and canvas work the ship would need. So there are tools there. You do see the body of the chief workshop sort of officer aboard the vessel, who appears to have been killed, slumped against one of the sides of the walls. You can see he's sort of got what appears to be like a hammer in his hand and just sort of staring vacantly out, but there's nothing else that you see in the room.
Great chest ahead. No?
You're
Terrible.
awful.
No. Sorry.
Terrible.
Okay, alright. I take half the stuff we need. I instruct Bram to grab the other half, and I want to head back to the hall.
Okay, with a bit of time you can do that. What are the other two doing at the same time?
After Aubrey, with a B, not a D.
Is any of this cargo mine?
Okay. So make an investigation check for me.
Natural one.
Investigation is 12.
12. Okay. So, you know that delivered onto the boat under the supervision of, and correct me if I get the name wrong, was it Thorn? Yeah. Was 20 crates effectively sort of under your care. Now, after looking around, it seems like there are probably about 8 left.
Oh god. Okay.
They are, 2 to 3 of them you find have been either opened or are sort of lying on their side with the contents sort of out. The other 5, we'll say 3, and then 5 are still enclosed crates. You can see property. Actually, no, they would be unmarked, but you recognise them as a particular sort of shipment.
Christ, okay. I will start trying putting it back together, but not looking at what it is. Because again, I had those strict instructions not to look in. No one is allowed to look inside, not even Aubrey. So just like trying to put everything back in its place.
Okay, so one of them you can do that.
Okay.
You could easily, and it just feels like effectively you're sort of packing straw effectively back into the crate. You sort of close it up. That's fine. The other 2 of the crates are actually almost broken. Once you sort of go over to them, the nails are ajar, the planks have come apart. Whatever's in the crate is sort of 5 to 10 feet in front of them. It's just
not worth it.
a mess. And it just, as I say, it looks to be a combination of sort of, it's very difficult not to see it, hay and straw and sort of almost packaging, but just sort of scattered over the floor.
Right.
Hey Aubrey, what you looking at?
Blue, can you pick up the stuff for me? I can't look at it.
Okay.
Nobody's allowed to look at it.
Right. Okay.
Not even you. We work together if we can.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
I'll try. I would get some of my sash and just put it around my eyes and walk immediately into a wall or something.
It's fine. Whilst he's doing that, I'll just clear up everything. I'll look at it and stuff and just literally try and put everything. Is there any other just random box I could just put stuff in?
Yeah, you could. And if there wasn't an empty crate, you could approve one.
Yeah, just literally because I'm trying to.
You find one that's got what appears to be some sort of like cloth in it. Who cares? Off it goes.
Yeah, mine's more important. Yeah.
And again, it just feels like you're just shoveling straw and hay effectively from the floor into this box.
Okay. Cool.
It's even though you're not paying attention to it, it doesn't feel right. The business interests of the family have never been something of your strong point. You've never really been involved in the dealings per se, but you've never dealt in hay or straw before. And packaging you don't remember the last time that anything was shipped that would need protecting like that. And there's nothing on the floor. You just literally felt straw.
Okay. Weird. Yeah.
As you're doing this, Grumac is sort of making his way around. Bram is sort of helping Theron patch this hole in the wall. Grumac, he does a tour, looking in rooms where you can see his crossbow, just checking to see if there are any more folk, kicking over barrels, looking under crates. He sort of voices out whenever he finds a body, and unfortunately he does find bodies of 3 full crew members in various rooms. It looks like they've been sort of hauling them out and they've been just overrun, unfortunately. But what he does eventually do is sort of look around and goes, we need to go lower. There could be more. I feel like until we get them all out, we're just not safe. We don't know where they're coming from.
We've got to go deeper into the... Sorry, it's an intersection.
As he comes out and he's making his way into the main sort of area of the ship, he looks at what you're doing, Aubrey, and sort of you're packing the stuff back into the crates.
Yeah.
He sort of very sort of rapidly comes over and goes, what's happened? Is everything okay?
Half my cargo's gone, and there's something... I don't know what was in it, I've got to be honest, but I think something's missing, or maybe swap. What happened when we were back on that island? Did anyone touch my cargo?
No, nothing was touched. I would have known about it. I kept a tight ship.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Oh, the dad!
So many deaths.
I think whatever something's either been taken, or those weird rat-like creatures have taken them. But yeah, this is not.
What makes you think something's missing?
Well, it's why would I be sent with all this packaging to the trading group? Like Thorn said, keep with the don't look at it. Do what they say.
He sort of looks at you and goes, are you aware of what we were transporting?
No. I was told just to guard it.
Good. No, that's good. He sort of looks around and packs it. I don't think anything's. I don't think anything's damaged. I think we're okay. We're all here.
Captain.
Should be fine.
Can I do a quick insight check?
If
I want
you
to see
can.
what, I want to
Yeah,
see what he's
you
up to. Oh no, what's my insight? That was alright, +3. It's a 6.
A 6.
Fuck.
He seems relieved. He thinks everything's okay.
Okay, yeah, must be.
It's all on board.
Yeah.
Captain, I think it's time that you tell us what you were carrying.
He sort of looks over and until we do a full sweep of the ship, I don't know what's gone. Let's deal with the problems on board. We can deal with everything else afterwards.
But I'd like your word. After that, we'll have answers.
You have my word.
Okay, if no one is gonna protest otherwise, I will start heading down the stairs.
Should we maybe look for more helpful supplies? Maybe in the armor section?
What was it, Blue? What are you up to whilst this is all happening? You can briefly
In
go
the
to
armory section. That's
go
like,
to over. You can take a look and scan the supplies. or-
Very carefully, I am heading towards the food section
Okay.
to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe an investigation check towards the back of the ship.
Please, there still be cheese. I still want cheese. Oh no! Investigation. That is it's 2 down to 1.
oh
1. You move into the room, and it probably takes you 4 or 5 minutes of standing just in shock at what appears to be crates and sacks and barrels of food everywhere, trodden on, eaten, discarded, moved about. It seems like the chaos of the rest of the ship, whatever's happened, this room was particularly plundered. And it's just everywhere, like so much ruined and just discarded everywhere.
I want to stop going downstairs and investigate the crying.
Yeah, you sort of walk in to find Blue.
Our life is ruined.
My God, what's happened?
It wasn't me. It was like this when I found it.
You just see food everywhere.
everywhere.
Blue, is this what's upset you?
It's the food.
I kind of like tentatively put an arm around him and just sort of lead him out of the room.
Massive dragon ball.
Just kind of sort of like under my breath going, it's okay. It'll be alright.
Okay.
Once it's all over, we'll get someone to clean it all up.
Okay.
Even
And the
with
chef's dead.
I'll find a new chef.
even with a 1, you can still take from the room enough decent food that you could hold effectively, a day's worth of rations that you could keep hold of if you were to so choose.
Okay. I take some food and shove it into my pocket.
Okay, your
Oh,
pockets
no.
are just full of various cheeses and dried meats and breads and
A whole cheese board.
oh yeah.
What about these other rooms?
So, a bit of time you go and you see other rooms. Every single one has been opened and plundered. You can see rooms with bottles of alcohol and water and rum just smashed on the floor, damp everywhere. You can see the food rooms, as previously mentioned, just again a state of disrepair as things have been dragged out. Seems like big implements have been used effectively to scoop as much as they can and just removed from the room. There is one room, however, you get to on the far edge that is locked still. You cannot get into.
Captain, why is this door locked?
Oh no, that's a good spot. That's the armory. Actually, we keep a lot of the weapons on board the ship here.
Well, I think we all could use what.
Yes,
what
no,
we can
sure.
find.
And he comes over and sort of fumbles with a big thing of keys and unlocks it and swings it open. And in the room is the effectively equipment storage for 10 armoured guards on the ship. Now, a lot of it has been, some of it's gone. you imagine some of the swords and armour that have been taken sort of on duty. But you see a couple of chainmail shirts, you see a couple of suits of leather armour, a couple of like crossbows, some swords, some bolts, various pieces of equipment that you can sort of see in this room. There's a fairly decent amount of equipment, if you would so choose. And Grimac sort of looking in looks around, you can see him sort of getting some bolts off and sort of equipping himself back, hands bolts out to everybody using crossbows. And he goes, yes, if you need to take anything, please, feel free. It's more important than we deal with whatever threat is on my ship.
Aubrey, some chainmail might.
It won't fit me. Oh, hold it up. It's like again, like the Dennis Waterman in Little Britain. It's like.
I mean, a couple of the suits are big enough. Like they would be tight, but it wouldn't be. You could still wear it. I mean, chainmail is designed to go over clothing and sort of go down to almost your knees. Like it's a fairly large.
I also don't know if I can wear it.
No.
That's the only thing, because obviously I have unarmored defense, which is my Constitution plus Dexterity plus 10.
I think it'll slow you down a
15.
bit too much.
I mean, I'm not already ungainly as it is. It's not like
So, I
it's
think
got
barbarians can have some armour. I forget. Is it-
light and medium armor.
So chainmail is medium armour. I
Oh, it
think it
is.
gives you an AC of 14, is it?
I can Google.
Hang on, quickly.
Check. I've got players
DM's corner,
handbook
everyone.
here.
If it's a chain shirt, it's medium. If it's chainmail, it's heavy.
Ah,
There we go.
there we go. So there are a couple of
There we
chain shirts and there is chain mail. So there's both in the room.
Hang on.
So medium and
I'll let you guys
heavy
look for it.
armour.
Change shirt.
Yeah, so you're right. So chain shirts would give you 13 plus your dex
8.
modifier up to a max of 2.
It would just be the same.
And chain mail gives you an AC of 16, but it's heavy armour.
Heavy, and I can't. Well, I need I've got strength 30. I think, to be honest, it's fine. I'll be.
There's also leather armour in here as well. Blue, it's also offered up to you as you need it.
I know you can't cast spells when you're wearing armour that you're not proficient in, but what are the other disadvantages?
I believe if you wear... so here we go. So if you wear armour that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw or attack roll. And you can't cast spells. So you can't cast spells if you don't
And you
have
just do
proficiency
like,
in them.
no, stuck in the top bit.
Huh? Get it?
Come on, my
There
head.
are also a couple of shields in this room as well.
Still wouldn't help me.
Ooh.
Okay, I will
No.
be
I'm
happy
just
that
gonna say no
we've
to
been
shield.
offered, but not asked.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm ready to go down. I say,
But
eating
you've
some
stocked
brie.
up on ranged ammunition if you're using bolts as well. You can go back.
Roughly how many would you have then? About
I
20.
think it's 20 in a container. There are other sort of what do they call them? The straps that you would hold bolts in the containers, so you could pick up more if you wanted.
Quiver?
But you would have to carry them.
Right. I'm fine. I'm gonna head towards the stairs.
Okay, you're fine.
I follow.
Sort of Grumac, as you sort of get there, is everybody okay? Do we need another rest? Are we all good?
I think that was. I'm fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably best if Theron, did you want to proceed or shall I? What would we like to do? And you look down and it seems to be not a single track stairway, but you probably get 2 people alongside, but that's it. It's a very steep set of stairs with a handrail that sort of goes down into the dark.
What is the captain wearing?
The captain is
What are you
wearing
wearing, Captain?
very finely made studded leather,
What you
effectively.
wearing, Grim?
You can see he's got various sort of a coat that sort of gets put into a sort of like, you can see almost like a sort of fancy captain's undershirt, trace of chest hair.
I was going to say, is it like one of those furry collars sort of thing?
Yeah, but it's sort of halfway between practical and flamboyant, you know.
That's how I imagined him.
Captain, I do hope you take no disrespect from this, but I believe it's perhaps best if, given our equipment, that I take the lead.
Please, after you.
So brave.
Shield up, down.
Okay, fine.
I'm
So-
going deeper.
So it is a steep set of stairs. So if you want to keep your sort of shield and sword out,
Yeah, like, kind of,
okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to make you make a check if you're not going to use the sort of banister to come down.
Oh
so
no, Theron falls in his ass.
could you make me an acrobatics or athletics check?
Oh.
I will take athletics, please. That will be 20.
You very nimbly, almost halfway. You know one of those ladders where you almost have to walk half, sideways down it, just to make sure you descend into the darkness.
He's so graceful.
As you get below, you see, again, that the inner hull is very dark still. The air around you closes in once more. That familiar, musty, slightly damp smell of the Athena starts to fill your noses again. But it gets worse. The smell of the crew, who mostly all dwell on this level, it's always been strong, but there's something else to the smell now. And as you reach the landing, and there's just a moment where there's something ever so slightly sticky on the floor, you realise it's the smell of blood.
Oh no.
So you reach the floor. Now, getting down into the deck, again, with your dark vision, you can just faintly see all around you another cargo deck, about the same size as the one above, with this time, it doesn't look like the crates have been disturbed. It's still stacked high. You can see directly in front of you where the watch quarters are. Again, sort of closed doors in front of you. And then behind, as you look, there is where the guards' quarters to be. The doors are shut as well.
So doors are shut all around here? Okay.
All of the doors in front and back are shut. So looking ahead, you probably have a space of about 35, 40 feet in front of you, and then a little corridor, and you can just see shut doors. It's difficult to see much more. Behind you, space of about 20 feet, and again, 2 sets of doors where the guards' quarters to go into.
Other than lots of blood, what's on the floor?
Make a perception check with disadvantage. It is dark and you don't have any light down here.
Okay.
Away!
16.
16. Okay.
Always when I'm not in combat.
Yeah.
You see
I see for days.
the blood is sort of in scattered pools around on the floor. You probably see about 4 or 5 of them. And what appears to be footprints in the blood that you see, scattered around the deck, but certainly big boot prints going towards the watch quarters in front, and another set going towards the guard barracks behind as well.
Okay.
As you're looking around with a 16, you also see, hidden to the sides of the room, 2 more pairs of eyes, sort of very quietly lurking behind some of the barrels to the sides. Now, you don't think they know that you've spotted them yet, but certainly 2 figures that appear to be watching you.
Okay, I want to wave down the captain, and when he gets closer, I want to whisper to him that there are 2 figures on either side watching us.
Okay. So as you go and whisper to the captain, he sort of nods and makes his way down, again with his crossbow in hand.
Hopefully he's going to pass this back up the conga line.
Yeah, he does. And he sort of gestures down. He sort of gets to the side of you. Well, is everything okay? He whispered, but is everything okay?
Either side there are 2 sets of eyes watching us. I don't know what it is exactly. They're heavy boots leading behind us towards what I think might be the guard quarters. And up ahead. I don't know what this is, but these boots, if I'm not mistaken, seem heavier than what we fought before.
He sort of is looking around and sort of makes his way away from the edge. Now, is everybody else coming down afterwards?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Maybe tell everyone to use the banister. It's
Sort
a
of-
bit treacherous.
He sort of nods up and sort of gestures like banister. You've got your axe in hand. You don't have to.
Theron wildly gestures.
As you're doing it, you see the eyes on either side, the figures, they sort of move and are shifting slightly, and you can see sort of a glint of something just behind the barrels as they begin to start moving.
Alright, okay. How far away would you say they are?
They're probably about 20 feet either side of you, flanking the room. So imagine you're in the centre of the room. One's to the left of you, one's to the right, about 20 feet. You've got 20 feet to the guards behind you, and about 40 feet in front of you to the watch quarters.
Okay. I turn to Grumac and I very quickly whisper to him. They're moving. I think they're about to attack. And I charge the closest one.
Okay. Fantastic. Right, we'll roll initiative now.
Yep. Do you want to do Matt Cam?
We're going to do this theatre of the mind.
Oh!
Exciting!
Excellent.
Exciting.
Oh, initiative. Okay.
Yes!
No.
It was not less than 10!
Now it comes out.
Excellent. You're feeling brave.
Ooh.
Nice.
I mean, I did start with running, so it'd be dumb if I got the lowest score.
Yeah, it's something like I'm there in front of you.
I'm going to charge them after you lot have gone.
Okay, Blue, what you got?
I got 8.
8 for Blue.
That works well. Bring up the rear.
Okay, Darren?
18.
18. And Aubrey?
13.
13 for Aubrey. That's not too bad. And what's your dex modifier?
Oh, me is +2.
+2. Okay.
Might say I go before someone.
Oh, it's either that or after.
Oh.
Okay. Fantastic. So, Theron
Yes.
is the one leaping into action.
Yes.
You get a surprise round. You
Nice.
see these two figures sort of approaching from the sides. They're fidgeting in the covers. You run over, pick left or left or right.
Okay, I go for the left, I nod Grumac to go for the right.
Okay, fine. You charge towards the left. You run up and approaching. You see hidden behind the barrels is another one of these rat-like figures. Whereas the others were between about 2 and 3 feet tall, this one, still hunched, is probably about 3.5 feet. You can see its features are slightly better defined, slightly stronger, slightly more purposeful look to him. But the one thing you notice is that the weaponry, knives and daggers scattered all the way through him, thick leather armour, more purposeful look. Your brief training, not brief, but your warrior training tells you this one's more serious. But go to attack. You are still in the dark because Grumac didn't bring his torch down with him because he's got his crossbow.
Dark vision?
Dark vision, so with disadvantage, but you can still attack.
I get disadvantage with dark vision.
While you're in the low light, yeah. You can still see, but...
Okay, first one's 19.
No.
6.
That's fine, okay. No, of course. No, Grumac would have brought his push down. No, don't ignore me. What's your first roll?
19.
19 hits.
Yeah.
Great.
Ignore me.
Woo-hoo.
Right, so roll for damage.
Okay. That's 5, 7, 9.
9 damage.
Yes.
Okay. So the crossbow bolt the sword,
Yeah.
hits into him, and you just hear this sort of screech as you go to hit, and this thing again, it just sort of drops to the floor and manages to avoid some of the blow as you attack it. But we're going to drop into proper initiative now. Again, that connection just isn't as solid as you wanted it to be. So, going up to Grumac, he sort of nods, gets his crossbow out, approaches slowly to the one hidden, and boom, fires into the side of it. But again, this thing just ducks behind one of the barrels and plunks into the side, just where its head was momentarily before. Grumac, and then sort of drops the crossbow and brings out like a sort of rapier from his side and sort of approaches and makes up the ground and stands next to this rat. Theron, it is now your go.
Yeah.
That is a 17.
17 hits again.
Yes! Oh, we've shown up for work
You
now.
don't need us. It's fine.
That's 9 again.
9 damage. Again, you go just to sort of clock it around the head with your sword, and it just moves out the way, and you just nick it on the side as it uncannily dodges you.
Uh-oh.
So that's your action. Do you stay up to it? You're still sort of engaged with it?
Yeah, I'm
You're about
standing my ground.
Perfect. That's great. Okay, going down to Bram, who Aubrey's sort of in front of him on the stairs.
I am, but
He sort of looks and goes, "What shall I Shall I go?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Perfect. He sort of moves his way down.
He's asking me orders. I'm like, no, just go.
Yeah.
No one asks me.
He's going to try and
hang on.
just effectively sort of jump down the stairs.
Ooh.
10 feet. And he does it. It just almost hero drops. Bam! Onto the ground. Stands up and boom, fires the crossbow bolt.
Oh my
Terrible
god, he's so
feeling.
fucking
At the
cool.
one by Grumac, but doesn't hit again. Just boom into the side of this, where this thing is behind cover. And he moves sort of 5 feet towards the rat on the side. Now, the rat by Theron.
It's fine, we're okay.
We're on the top level. We can't do anything.
It's sort of assessing the situation, not liking the closeness between you. He sort of just times as your next swing comes, he just feints and ducks under your arm and dashes round into the middle of the room. And as he goes, draws just a set of knives from his side and just flicks them. And you see 3 knives arc out towards you, Grumac, and Bran.
Oh, shit.
hell no.
The one towards you is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Grumac is a 16 to hit, which hits.
Oh no.
And Bram doesn't hit. So Grumac does get hit. It's only that. It's not too bad. So yeah, Grumac takes, again, this sort of knife just flicks past his ear, catches him just on the air, but he, again, just manages to dodge out the way of it as it comes past. It dives into the barrels by its friend, and you see it sort of marking round and drawing more knives and approaching Grumac on the other side. Going down, the other one by Grumac pulls out a knife and just sort of times, as the other one dives in and Grumac sort of dodges out the way as it runs past, it just moves in and just goes to dagger under the side of where Grumac's stance currently is. So that hits.
Oh no.
And it's going to hurt. Oh, no, it's not. 7 points of damage. So again, Grumac takes another hit just to the side of him. This one he will dodge. This one.
Ooh.
But again, you can see them sort of now starting to team up on Grumac. Aubrey.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna rush in, not use the banister.
Okay, that's an athletics check for me.
Oh, athletics?
Oh, acrobatics.
No,
up to
athletics is completely fine.
When's it you hit?
It's a 15
15,
plus
that's
6.
fine. That's fine. Yeah, you
I also do the superhero landing.
easily sort of make your way down. You get to the down. Now you see in front of you, that's probably about 15 feet of movement.
Yep.
So you can get kind of to the side of where Grumac is. You can attack one of them if you want.
Yep, I'd like to go to this one. To the one on his right.
Okay, go for it. Go and attack.
Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yep.
with my great axe. It's a 6 plus 6, so 12.
12 to hit. No, this one, it sees you coming and it just sort of ducks out the way as the great axe swings just where its head was. It manages to sort of roll out the way.
Excellent. I like this. It sees me coming. It probably hears me crunch my ankle and my knees just crook.
Exactly. Blue, stood at the top of the stairs. Everyone else has gone down.
Having just seen Aubrey and Bram do amazing superhero landings, I'm going to try and do the same, but sliding down the banister on my ass.
Okay, that is probably an acrobatics check.
Sweet, I'm not good at those. Oh no, that's not good. 9.
9. You go to land on this banister and slide down, and a couple of things happen at once. As you approach and jump onto this banister, there's a sort of like noise as the thing just buckles underneath your weight. It doesn't quite break off, but you can't really slide down. It's about because it doesn't stay straight. You kind of almost end up falling off it and down the stairs, and it's difficult anyway because as soon as you hit it and your ass sort of hits it, you notice that it's really viscously sticky.
Oh no!
And just this substance is on it, and before you know it, it's slid all up your back, and it's on the back of your head, as everything that sort of touched the banister. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Oh no! Sam!
No. 7. No, 10.
10.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
What's on the banister?
Okay. You, as this substance sort of crawls into your skin and you can feel it just start to burn, and then you feel nauseous and faint as your eyes start to lose focus. You take 13 poison damage.
Well, I'm out.
Oh my god!
Poison banister.
You hit the floor and just, there's a moment when you get up onto your knees and then you just pass out.
Oh shit.
Damn.
So blue. Back to the top. Grumac, locked in combat with this creature with his scimitar, kind of moves around, uses Aubrey to sort of flank this one and goes to attack with his scimitar. So that is going to be, he hits.
Hey.
Let's see what Grumac can do. Oh, that's a bad roll. 3, 4, 8, 11. Okay, so 11. So he gets a really good slash up the side of one, but again, they're too nimble. Neither side can really get hit as this one again ducks under the weight of the impact and misses the majority of the damage. Grumac is then going to see that these things are sort of everywhere. He's going to just sort of disengage one and move around to flank it, so that basically it goes Aubrey, rat, him, rat, sort of separating everything out in like a sort of weird line.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
Theron, you're sort of stood there by yourself. All the rats have disappeared off to the other side of the room. You're within 30 feet. You could run over and attack one if you wanted to.
I could.
There's the one that Grumac just engaged, or there's the one that so far has been unengaged.
Which is the one that I've hit?
The one that's currently unengaged.
Okay, I'm gonna go for that one for now, and as I'm running, I want to tell Bram to get blue. Make sure he's okay.
Okay. Perfect. So you go up. So you run up and you make an attack. Go for it.
Okay.
There's enough light in here now. Bram with his light.
It's an 11.
11. No, it doesn't hit. This thing is nimble. It sees you coming and it's and just sort of dodges and parries the blow with a sort of fistful of knives. So it's your movement action. Anything else you want to do?
No, nothing else I can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any movement left, do I?
Right. Fine. No. I don't
No.
think so.
Okay, never mind.
You could move away. You probably got about 5-10 feet left.
Unless I can reach blue.
No, you've moved away, unfortunately. He's by the stairs still, so you've crossed from one side to the other, so you kind of almost passed him. Okay, so the rogue rat that you just attacked, I've just realised I've written rouge again. I always do that.
Rouge rat!
So it's seeing you engage it, it sort of is communicating to its own, it's sort of clicking away at this horrible guttural language as the two sort of turn on you quickly, and it uses its sort of distracting things to try and stab underneath your guard. Ooh. So that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
That will hit, unfortunately. And that is going to be 11 points of damage.
Hit.
As again, it just completely gets under your guard and stabs sort of underneath your elbow, just sort of your armpit, just in underneath the armor chains, gets out, and you lose a bit of power in your shield. Still going, but like that hurt.
It did.
Oh no!
Bram, seeing everything, he sort of got his torch, he's fired his crossbow, he kind of drops the crossbow, he goes over to Blue, he's going to attempt a medicine check.
Come on.
Doesn't really know this very well. He kind of is fumbling around, there's no wound! I can't see a wound! Sort of fumbling around. He's sort of still got the torch, he kind of nestles it like by the banister to keep it sort of like lighting the room. He's sort of looking up and sort of going, anyone have healing? But that's all he can do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The other rogue creature is going to, seeing Theron in combat, is going to go for an attack on him as well. But this one is only 11 to hit.
Nope.
So this time again, you manage to just bring your shield down and clock the dagger, and again it harmlessly deflects away. But they're still sort of circling around. Aubrey.
Okay, I am going to recklessly attack the one in front of me.
Woo.
And...
Okay.
I don't know what to say. It's making clicking noises, so I'll just do a big. So I try and hit it.
Totally.
The 19,
Nice.
19 plus 6, that's
That's gonna hit, yeah.
25. Oh, numbers. And then I always put my D20 12 away, I don't know why. 7 plus 6, it's 13. No, wait, 7 plus 4, 11 slashing damage.
11 slash.
Yeah, sorry, I was adding.
So again, this one, it just about gets itself out of the way, but you still clock it around the head. Not
Nice.
quite with the bladed edge, but you still get
Yeah.
impact behind the
Yeah.
head as it stumbles back, winded.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your action.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do?
And then. Can I. Within the range of the one I want to sort of block its. Not its view, but block its path, if any, towards Theron. So
Okay.
like, just like sort of
Try
scoot
and
it away. So if they
Pace yourself between.
Yes,
Okay, you
exactly.
can try and move around, that's fine. That's
Excuse
fine.
me, excuse me.
Sorry, Rob. Sorry.
Sorry.
Blade.
Ooh.
Death saving throw,
Oh
please.
no, come on.
Death by
You've got this
banister.
You've got this.
No.
It's a fail, unfortunately.
It's alright, it's one of 3.
Sure.
One of
Oh,
One
don't
fail.
say that! Oh, no, don't say that.
Grumac, seeing you get a hit in on one of them and that it manages to dodge, tries to move its scimitar and slash it from the other side so that it can't dodge. And he does get hit in. So this... So he rolls
Oh,
better.
come on.
Oh, he rolls better. That's an 8, 11, 12...
Rogues.
15 damage. So this one, it's so busy dodging the impact, it hits, stumbles back, and he just takes the scimitar and slices into its back, and you see it just tremble and just fall over, just limp
Yes.
as it dies.
This one?
I think
Is it-
I assumed that one.
Theron, you've got one in front of you still. You've got sort of it moving between. It sees its friend die. It's like swearing and like making horrible noises. It bares its teeth, and it looks like it's just going to pounce on Grumac to the best of its ability.
And it's an action for me to disengage.
Yes,
And it is an action to
Yeah.
feed someone a potion.
yes. Action economy.
I'll take the opportunity. I'm going to go and run for blue.
Oh. So seeing you move out of the way,
Yeah.
it is not going to attack you.
Oh.
So you manage to sort of dart out of the way. It sort of doesn't really have interest in you. You
Yeah.
move over to blue.
Yeah, and I'm going to pour my healing potion
Down his
down his
throat.
throat.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2.
Come on. Oh. Hey.
That's 5, 7.
7
Nice.
points of healing.
Thank you.
And again, blue, you just seem to remember to sort of hitting the floor, and then now you're on your back, and you.
Don't touch the banister, it's sticky. And weird. Stop telling us to use the banister. Thank you, Theron. I remember
Your
your
eyes is blinking up like.
So
Just sort of cradling him. Near.
the rat creature, sort of seeing that it's now surrounded and out of, it's just sort of completely surrounded. It's going to time itself, disengage, run out into the main deck, and as it disappears, you see it just draw this small vial, and as it's running, pouring something along the edge of one of its daggers as it sort of approaches the barrels on the other side of the room. So it's probably now about 25 feet away from that's Grumac, and it'll be Aubrey, and probably now about 35 feet away from Theron and Blue and Bram.
Okay.
Right.
So that is now Bram, who is sort of sees the potion sort of come down and sort of, you okay?
Okay.
Good.
Thanks, Brad.
He's sort of picks up the crossbow, sort of loads another bolt into it, and attempts to fire at the running creature. It doesn't hit though, unfortunately. It just flows past. That is now going to be Aubrey. You see this thing about 25 feet away from you,
So
running away.
I can still see it.
Mm-hmm.
25 feet. Okay. I'm going to move up to 20 feet away.
Yeah.
And throw a hand axe at it.
Oh.
Okay, make an attack.
Alright, sorry.
So you're about 5 feet away from it?
No, sorry.
So you're 10 feet away.
So it's 25 feet away from me.
Yeah.
I'll be within 20
Just
feet.
out of melee range.
Okay, I see what you mean. Right.
Well, no, it was more like I just wanted to make sure I could hit it. Like I wouldn't get disadvantage on mine. Sorry, that's what you meant.
Yeah, you're fine.
Well, no, that's bollocks. That's 8.
Okay, 8. You throw it. It probably, the axe clips
I threw
the
it.
rat on the back, but not the bladed edge, and just kind of spins
Yeah.
off, and he just you didn't quite get the technique right to get it to swing.
It's
the
fine.
head
I'm
around.
more used to heading.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't have thrown that.
So
But.
move and action.
Move. Can I use the rest of my movement to go behind the mask? I probably won't be able to hide, but just like use
Get
it
some
as
cover between you.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally. That's fine.
Sweet.
Blue. You
Oh.
are prone on the floor.
Okay.
Theron sort of over you, Bram's the side of you. What would you like to do?
Okay, I get within 60 feet, so 10. Oh, I just
So
have to.
you're within 60 feet.
I just have to
yeah.
step aside.
About 40 feet away now.
I look at the rodent and I go, rodent? More like, oh no, rodidn't. And that's my vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love
So
it.
make a wisdom saving throw.
7.
Yes, okay, 1d6 psychic damage, and you have disadvantage.
That's a D4.
It is a d4. Okay, that's 2, and you had disadvantage on the next attack roll before the end of its next turn.
Good to know. Fine.
Whoa.
You just see this thing sort of distractedly look back at you and like
It's a minor
Yeah.
headache.
it sort of moves away.
That rodent joke took me 3 days.
What, in game or in real life?
Probably
Grimmack?
both.
Picking up his crossbow again, he's going to just fire a crossbow bolt at it and hit.
Hey.
Hey.
It's a D8. Where's your D8? Here we
I'm
go.
very proud of that.
I would be
9. So it gets, it's again this thing, it hears the crossbow bolt firing at it, and it, again just manages to dodge out of most of it. But again, this thing is now looking scraped and injured as it runs away. Going down to Theron.
Okay,
You're
I'm
about
gonna.
40 feet away from it.
Okay, I'm gonna run. So I'm about 10 feet away from it. I'm gonna throw a javelin at it.
Holy shit.
Okay. Sword disregarded, javelin, you throw it, make an attack roll.
Javelin's like 10, no, they're like 3 foot.
I just like the idea it just appears out of his palm like Assassin's Creed. Like,
I had a D20 somewhere.
what's that?
Ah, so it is. Looking right at it.
Oh,
That's 11.
I'm sorry, but no.
I rolled the exact same fucking number.
Can't get a lot, can you?
It
just
looks
flies over
impressive.
the top of it and dunks into the wall. I'm sorry.
Shit.
It's surrounded by like.
I miss him. He could hit anything.
It's surrounded by like a javelin, like it's all like this. Yeah, proper cartoon-esque.
Looking over its shoulder and seeing you approaching.
It's fine.
He's near you. So
not.
Aubrey would have got within 10 feet. Theron would have got within 10 feet. You're both trying to attack it, both trying to throw things at it. How injured do you both look?
I am.
Are you below half health?
Yes.
No.
No. It's clever
Yeah.
enough to know to go for you, unfortunately. It circles back, and as it runs past you, it's going to try and just knife at almost at your calf as you're running past.
That is absolutely fine.
It gets a 10 to hit.
Oh!
Misses. Again, you just feel this sort of sticky substance all over this dagger as it clangs, but gets nothing but armour. And it sort of makes noise and again disengages and tries to run and circle around you, but it just at this point isn't too far away. Bram is going to fire another crossbow bolt at it, but misses again. You can't hit anything at the moment.
Damn it, A-team!
It's not doing it
So
well.
13 to hit. Aubrey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, seeing it do that to Theron, I'm gonna turn around, rush at it, and two-hand axe it, reckless attack, and I'm gonna say, "You don't hit Theron! Only I hit Theron!"
Theron feels uncomfortable.
Oh, it was a 6 plus 6, 12.
12 to hit now. I'm sorry.
It's fine,
You
it's fine.
just swing over the top of it.
Yeah.
How is this thing still alive? Blue.
Okay, I can look at it again, kind of hide a little bit behind this banister, but not touching it.
Yeah.
Look at him and
Good to
say,
know.
Whisker, I hardly knew her. And that's a roll of wisdom saving throw, please.
I almost feel like I should take psychic damage for not understanding
It's like,
this.
ow.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
At 9.
Oh, sweet.
No.
Massive
It's
burn.
whopping +0 save.
Okay. 2 points of damage and disadvantage on the next attack.
Good to know. This thing is now just like, it's running blindly, just screaming. You can see blood starting to pour out of its nose and ears. As it just wildly is swinging at anything that
My
comes
sick
near it.
burns.
If you kill it by viciously mocking it to death,
Grimhack,
Would that be your first
seeing it
kill?
run around,
I think Grumak's gonna get it though.
it's going to fire his crossbow.
Come on,
at it.
Grumak.
Nope.
No, Grumak!
8 to hit. Theron, please.
I'm gonna charge at its sword. Go for
Come
it.
on.
2.
Come on.
Come on.
That is a 23.
Don't even bother rolling.
Yes!
How do you want to do this?
Okay, right. So I've been hit under the shield arm, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna drop the shield, run, grab it by the back of the neck, and just shove my sword right through it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
Lift it up off
as
the
you
ground.
grab it and turn it, it kind of instinctually sort of twists unnaturally in your arm, and you can see this poison dagger approaching your throat, second or like inches away from the point where your sword connects with it, and you just feel its like grip go as it hits it, and it just sort of drops in your arms.
Cool. I'll drop to my knees and try and catch my breath.
That's out of initiative.
Hey!
You do.
I pat you on the shoulder and I'm like, good job. We clearly couldn't handle it without you, Theron.
I mean, let's not say ridiculous things, shall we?
Thank you, Terrain.
No, but that is actually a word, so well done.
That book you got him certainly helped.
Does anybody have anything? It's gone under my arm pretty well. It's my shield arm.
Grimmack sort of comes up. I have one left. Here, and hands you another healing potion, which is his last one. So
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Come on. Hey!
So that's 7, 9. Okay, so I'm back up to 18.
Lovely.
You weren't even
Yeah,
that
you're
injured.
fine.
He's on 2.
Yeah.
So how much did you heal, sorry?
9 points of
So
damage.
back to 11, sorry, were you?
No,
Well, how much were you on
He's
for?
I was
on
on 9. I'm now on 18.
Yeah.
Got you. Fine. Wonderful. You sort of that's me out, unfortunately. Does anyone else have any healing supplies? And Bram looks over and goes, No, sorry, I don't. Looks at you guys.
No.
Everything you used.
Yep.
So looks around.
Just eating cheese.
Right, everyone, spread out. Have a look. See if there's any more here.
That's good.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Ooh.
Have a look through the cargo.
Yeah. What?
See if there's
Yeah,
Have a
yeah.
look through the cargo. Is
Just
that what you do?
Captain Grumbly, do you know if any of this
Yes?
cargo? I know it's not ours, and we're providing.
No.
Is any of it? Do you think it would be useful in this situation? Like, is that crate over there? It's got like a wish spell in it, or that crate over there? He's got like a construct of some kind.
He sort of thinks about it. No,
We don't know what it
we're not in the trade of really shipping weaponry or dangerous goods like that.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Sorry.
Shifty look.
I was just all in the back going, something's not right. Can't tell what it is though.
No, just because they don't have weapons doesn't mean they don't have anything that could heal us. Let's look together. We'll find something.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Right.
Right, so as you guys think about what you want to do, just take another quick break.
Yes.
Yes.
Get sound recorded. Right. I've had a nice little Malteser break, or whatever These chocolate things.
No more
Why are they at the other end of the table from me?
Because you're trying to kill us.
Are you sponsoring us?
Look, I'm not trying to kill you. I'm controlling rat people. You know, it happens. Let's not get chocolate over Sam's.
What kind of rat people, Ryan?
PHP, that would be terrible. So, we were just talking about what you guys were going to do. In the aftermath of this battle, you can see these horrible rat-like creatures.
What kind
dead.
of rat-like creatures?
Bipedal. Rat-like creatures.
We had a little bit of thing in the break there where Ryan goes, oh, bipedal, I must try and use that.
I'm just sloppily good at him. Darren, you kind of have this creature and you drop it in disgust almost. What would you like to do?
Now it's, let go of the thing, please.
Please.
Okay, there are footprints going towards this end of the ship and towards the back. Now, given all the blood that's around here, Captain, I don't think that we're going to find many people alive.
If they would
Sort
have.
of looks around. It is my fear, unfortunately. Let's quick. Let's go and have a look around. See who we can find.
They would have heard us fighting.
No,
So they didn't come to investigate.
but it's very clear that if these things are getting more and more difficult, then we need to stay together now.
Sure.
Right.
So,
Where do we want to go?
we want to head up
You want to head
towards
up to
this
the
end.
watch?
Yeah.
Alright.
Perfect. So you head towards the watch quarters. Series of 4 bunk rooms across the front of the ship, where the first watch and second watch stay. Each equipped with hammocks, sort of strapped in pretty much any crevice or hook or beam that can be slung hammock from. Effectively, it's very haphazard. There's even a couple that kind of go almost like a X pattern, cross one on top of the other, sort of strapped, one maybe 2 feet above the floor, one maybe 6 foot above the floor. It's very haphazard in this small space. When you come into the second watch, the rooms are empty. It seems like everything's been sort of rifled through, but nothing sort of out of the ordinary. It's not until you come to the first watch that you see the scene of just carnage, unfortunately. Going through, you find the bodies of all 10 members of the first watch, who appear to have put up some struggle. There are multiple sort of bodies of goblins. You can see a couple of rat bodies in there. You can see that the watch have been armed with whatever they can get hold of, from pieces of furniture to a couple have daggers, but others just have what appear to be nothing more than sort of rolling pin-like equipment. It's very haphazard, but they unfortunately all appear to have been killed.
Can I pick up my hand axe that I threw earlier?
Yep.
Sorry.
Ever the pragmatist.
What?
Ditto for my javelin as well, please.
You can pick them up, that's fine. We're in
Sorry, I
close
didn't
quarters.
want to interrupt your wonderful speech. I was just like, Aubrey just picks it up.
Alright, looks like no one here.
Grimac is sort of looking very pensive, sort of looking in. Right, guard quarters, quickly, let's have a look, see what's happened. Makes his way over to the back of the ship, you all follow.
Yep.
The door is sort of open to the guard quarters, and there is almost an immediate scene where Grimac opens the door and then immediately comes back as 2 crossbow bolts fly out of the room, and he shouts, no, it's safe, and sort of comes back round again, and you slowly go into the room. You see again 4 or 5 bodies of guards, sort of slain either in states of sleep or in combat, but 2 on the back wall, one sat up with a crossbow, the other sort of almost hunched over him, again holding very shakily, desperately trying to load bolts in a state of sort of frenzied panic in the dark, the torchlight coming through. And you do find 2 members of the guard alive. They sort of shakingly, Grimac sort of takes a couple of minutes just talking to them, and calming them down, getting them in. Bram comes in and starts sort of tending to their wounds and sort of hoisting them up. Grimac says, I'll make sure that Bram gets these members back onto the top of the deck. We'll use the top deck, my quarters, the quarters at the top of the deck. We'll keep those as the safe area for now. Yes, I need to have a look below deck just to see if there's anything else sort of in the last level. but yeah,
Yeah.
and sort of makes his way over.
All right.
Yep. I'm happy to go down with Grimlock.
I'll
He
follow.
sort of goes over to the sort of where the ship goes down there. And this time there appears to be what is effectively a trapdoor over leading to the last level of the ship. And he goes over, rummages around slightly, and sort of you can see him grab and shake around. You hear this sort of shake of metal of what is a very thick set of padlocks. All still appear to be fastened. He sort of investigates around, sits back, and there's a sort of visible relief on his face as he goes, they haven't been down there. We're safe.
Do you not want to make sure?
Yes, I should know. You're right. The certainty. And he starts sort of unlocking the chains. He sort of looks to the three of you. You've aided me well. The service you performed tonight, I couldn't put into words my gratefulness. I asked, make your way back to the top of the ship, see if there's any help that could be required from the second watch, see if they need any help just getting us into the biggest bowl. As soon as we're there, we'll be safe. If the crew don't need rest, then the crew don't need help, I suggest get what rest you can. We'll certainly need our energy when we arrive on the island. It's, from the stories I've heard, not somewhere that a ship should stay for long.
Can I make an insight check on him? To see if he
Yeah,
is trying to deliberately not make us. He wants to go then. He wants us to leave, basically.
Oh.
That is a 21. Sorry.
Come on.
Oh my god! It's happening!
Yeah. Right.
Ooh, whispers. Hey guys.
Yeah.
So, D&D is pretty fun, isn't it, David?
Hey man, you get to go together with your friends, you have some fun.
If we had a sponsor, we'd be talking about it.
Yeah, please do. Money's good.
So, that's what we could fill this gap with.
Yeah, I mean, Preparation H, right? It's pretty good. All your hemorrhoid needs.
These pencils that I've got that have swear words on them, which you can't say, they're also
PG.
great.
That's why we're child friendly on this channel.
Thirsty Dragon.
Fuck shit. Right, going forward. What are we going to do? So, Grimlock sort of, yes, honestly, make your way to the top of the deck, see if there's any help, but otherwise, get some rest. We need to all collect ourselves and be ready for the morning. The watch at the top of the deck, they're not fighters. They can help get the ship in, but once we hit the island, if there's anything, and I expect there will be trouble on the island, we need to be ready for it.
Given that I'm not privy to any whispering, Theron is going to, pardon me,
Belch.
turn to the captain.
He's gonna vomit.
Like, you cannot be serious. We've just cleared 2 decks with intense fighting, and now you want to go and check the last place alone.
Seems risky.
He sort of jostles the chance. It is all still locked. These are expensive locks.
They
Nothing has gone through
burrowed
there.
in through the sides. What makes you think they couldn't have burrowed in down there?
We've seen no holes going across the search of this floor. There's no evidence of forced entry, no evidence of
On this floor.
further burrowing.
I would like to break the locks on the trapdoor.
Okay. Given Grimlock wouldn't let you do that for too long, make an attack roll for me.
Ooh,
Would I use
get kicked up.
would I use my great axe? That's the thing.
So,
Yeah, I'm
well,
starting
it depends. What would you like to use?
I was going to just use my fists. Like,
On
The fists.
I'm very
So are
strong.
you trying to pull them apart, or are you trying to...
Well, so wait,
smack
so
them? So there are
Level
basically
2. Level 2.
three big, like, almost key locks. You know the ones you put in, there's like a big U-bend in them that
Right.
clicks out. They look like
Okay.
fairly industrial.
I was wondering if I could pull them off, but if they're like that,
You can try, there's 3 of them.
there is 3 of them. No, I'm going to great axe it.
Great accent. Okay. Make an attack for me.
Oh. So natural 20.
Natural 20. Well, considering it had an AC of 19.
Oh my god!
Yes, you hit. Roll for damage. Now, Your weapon isn't magical,
Nope.
and these are so it has resistance.
That's
so half
fine.
whatever you roll.
That's fine.
Sorry, half whatever damage you get.
That's
Cocked.
cocked.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
just
cool.
make, yeah, just 5
10.
plus 4 is 9 halved. Will be
9,
by
4. That's 5
But-
health.
Don't you double
You-
because it's a natural 20?
Clang down on
I'm
these
already
rocks.
in. I'm in.
There's this shape. 2 of them shatter immediately. The third one barely hanging on. You go to sort of swing a second time, and Grumac just goes, "No! Stop it! If there are any more creatures on this ship, there's whatever's below deck. They cannot get down here. Fine. Ugh. And he sort of just looks around and chucks away and discards the 2 locks, and like tries to unlock the third one, which is now so badly damaged. He just sort of, just tears it off effectively, throws it away. After you.
And then I go to.
I'll get my light.
I say to Thorin to go down first.
Close trapdoor.
Okay, the trapdoor's closed.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, before I go to open the trapdoor, before I do, I turn to Warren and say, very quietly so the captain can't hear, keep your eyes on him, in case he makes any movements. Sheath the sword, keep the shield in the way, and just slowly open the trapdoor.
Open it up. The light of the torch slowly illuminates down, and you see the depths of the last hull of the ship. You can make your way down. The stairway isn't as steep as the one coming down onto this floor, so it's fairly easy to get down to. You see, again, the space is sort of maybe about 80 foot by 30 or so. And unlike in the other holds where the cargo is sort of lots of cargo scattered and stored in an orderly fashion, but haphazardly based on the sizes and shapes, down here is almost empty. There are 4 locked rooms, sort of closed rooms off on either side, and a sequence of a couple of locked cabinets, effectively. And you see to the side of one of the rooms, the corner of the room, some barrels and crates and a couple of sacks. Make perception checks for me.
Ooh.
As you come down. You got the highest.
I feel we probably blue. I got 13.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Looking around, you don't see any movement. There's no evidence that you can see of life down here. Again, down at the bottom of the ship, swaying it's almost a little bit more, it's less sort of left and right and more sort of a circular fashion, but there's nothing here that you can see.
Look safe.
You Grumac sort of comes around, has a look around, checks the locks on the doors, sort of goes, we're now below the waterline. Nobody would have burrowed in here.
What's in here?
Things that I would rather remain private. Sensitive cargo of the ship. And as captain, important trade secrets as to why I can keep my crew in coin.
And as a member of the Order, you will tell us, or the rest of my companions will know about it.
And as captain of the ship, I will confirm to you that there is nothing for your Order to be interested in. And I would like to remind you that being left on Beggar's Bowl would not help you inform the Order.
Captain,
Got you there.
was that a threat?
I'd ask the same to you.
Captain, I don't make threats I can't back up. Be very, very careful.
Oh, it's an intimidation check, dear.
Oh,
With advantage.
oh no!
You can do.
Oh, come on, with advantage, come on!
That is 20.
Wow, 20.
My intimidation.
There's a moment where his resolve seems to break.
Oh my
And
god.
he just,
My
you can see
expertise is intimidation.
various injuries sort of on him. He sort of slumps down a little bit, puts his hand in his face. This has been too long a day. Fine. What I'm about to show you, by the time you tell your order, it'll be gone. there's no point. But I tell you, not because of that, because of the services you've rendered upon this ship. I feel I owe you that much. What you do with this information is up to you. I hope that you choose to do the right thing with it. And so it makes his way over to one of the bags and pulls away some canvas cloth, and you see, hidden below, a set of very small, intricate chests, sort of blacked in. You recognize them immediately as being the design of the Amble Crown household.
Yeah.
It's not branded, but it's just a particular style of box you immediately recognise. It's just, you've seen them in warehouses. You've always liked them. They've been nice small little ones you could put on desks. You could fit,
Sorry.
just, they've always been, like, there's a certain practicality to them you've always enjoyed. He sort of opens one up, and inside is almost like a sort of crystal, maybe sort of like a sort of softball fist sort of size of. It's weird when the light catches it. It's not really any colour. It's kind of most of them, almost like a sort of rainbow effect, but not in the sense that it's every colour at once. It's almost like a sort of weird prismatic warping effect that, depending on how the flames hit it, seems to sort of move, and not in an entirely natural way. There's a sense. Actually, Blue, make me an Arcana check for me.
Whoa.
Okay. Arcana 10.
10. Even for you,
Even for you.
this thing reeks of arcane energy.
Ooh.
It's just stinks of the stuff.
What's that?
This is what we're transporting, and this is what I want to keep hidden.
It's like a lava lamp.
Indeed.
To whom and why?
Just get it there, 'cause I put it on a tab, but here it is.
Wait a minute.
I'm with you in that.
We'll do the transition. Fast forward.
Let me check my notes.
Excuse me, I must consult the script.
Holds this sort of gem up. This is. I genuinely know very little of it myself. My business contacts and a member of Otheriwse family managed to track some down. All I know is that it's called Arcanite. It seems to be some sort of crystal that has been found recently, just brought up from one of the wrecks near one of the outer islands. I couldn't tell you why it's important, but, and he sort of gestures to the boxes, I have 10 of these. And all I know is that getting these to Gibrit and handing these in to our contact there, who would be interested in them, we're talking tens of thousands of gold.
Jesus.
But this is, and I tell you this only because of the services that you've given me. This is highly illegal. This is dangerous stuff. I don't know what it does, but all I know is to leave it be. And with that, he pops the back in its chest, throws the tarpaulin back over it. I honestly don't know why this contact wants it so much. I don't know where it was obtained from. All I know is that myself and my crew have fallen on severely hard times, even before this attack. I pride myself on being a good merchant, but this ship had weeks, not months, weeks, before our debtors would have driven me from the ship. It seemed like the only way and option I had at the time. How or whether this attack is connected to it, I don't know. Certainly there seems to be, as you've seen, until Aubrey, thank you, forced way down into this deck, there seem to be no signs of any attempt to get down here. So whether there's a connection, I'm not sure, but
Seems too strong a possibility to ignore.
at this point, it's guesswork. I'm strangely glad I've told you. Now you know what we're dealing with. I don't consider myself to be a criminal. I don't consider myself to be a smuggler, but here we are. A desperate man in an incredibly desperate situation. We need to get to Yibrit. I know the three of you all have your reasons to be there, but this is ours.
Who was it from my household that asked you to do this?
I'll confess I've only met him a couple of times, but I believe it was the man that sent you on the mission, this Fawn.
And I just leave and go straight back upstairs.
I follow.
Don't blame yourself on this. Who could predict? Rat people! So weird. I'm gonna go to sleep and eat cheese.
Can
Sort
I?
of pats you on the back and goes, honestly, if there's any on the floor, help yourself.
Way ahead of you!
Nods.
Can I catch up to Aubrey? Do you want to tell me what that was about?
Tell you what. You're drinking age, right?
Yes.
Excellent. I'll go see if there's any booze left in the water and booze hole.
The water and booze room.
No, but there's no pressure of sort of future, further combat. Yeah, you going into the booze room, you find several bottles of wines, ports, rums that have survived before. None of it particularly high quality, but serviceable.
Find the biggest, of the two, two biggest things.
Managed to find probably a good half litre of port in a bottle, probably a keg of what you consider to be some sort of sailor's rum.
Okay. That's probably too big to take upstairs. It's fine.
We're talking like one of these.
Oh, okay. Right. Sorry.
Well, the
Sorry,
table
I'm
keg.
thinking again, Donkey
Nah,
Kong.
little table
That's what I'm
keg.
thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, come out. I give you the port. There you go. Upstairs. Talk about it upstairs. And go straight upstairs.
I follow.
I go to sleep in the food room.
Love it.
Okay.
Absolutely
It's
love
like
it.
a food angel you do.
Yeah.
And-
No, I just tidy it up before I consume anything.
Yeah.
So I'm helping what's most important to the ship in my eyes.
And you do. You managed to over the process of sort of half an hour before you drift off, you managed to sort what you deem to be broken and damaged foods, to which you kind of scoot over to where you're sleeping, and things that could be put back on a shelf, and you do put them back, and you do a fairly good job. And your dreams are full,
So
tired,
lucid.
and cheese-filled.
I'm in paradise.
That's fine. Until you make your way up.
Yeah, where would I think is the quietest place currently? Yeah, I appreciate people are running around trying to set things, so there's no quiet spot.
Your bunks, probably.
Sweet.
By the time you get over, again, the scenes of combat, once you get in there, the bodies of the rats appears to have been cleaned out of your rooms. The crew have pretty much just sort of dragged anybody. The guards, they've all, as I say, kept in the second mate's room, sort of as a de facto morgue. The goblins, rats have been stripped of useful things and, from what you can surmise, flung overboard. Your room is a state of...
It's like a teenage girl's room, I expect.
Yeah.
Things are present everywhere.
A couple of your crates have been opened and rifled through. At this point, you don't know to the
Yeah.
extent
Not
of your things, but you can make your way back to the room, close your doors. As you're up, Grumat sort of nods at you, and you can see him going off to direct the crew, who have managed to get one sail up the ship's sort of making its way. Change on course to the Beggar's Bowl.
Yeah, I just sit down and start drinking.
I sit and tentatively sniff at the thing which I've never quite tasted. I'm sure is going to be revolting.
Your first impression, you've got the port, right?
Yeah.
And sweet. Sweeter than you thought the smell would be. But, yeah, it's just hackles up. It smells of trouble. There's a strong intoxication to it, a sort of fiery aftertaste that sort of sticks to the top of your nose that you. Yeah.
I kind of give Perith an upward glance. And then try a sip.
It tastes a bit foul. It's not quite what you want, but maybe the second sip, it's not as bad.
It's not the lychee
reasonably-
tea you're used to.
It's reasonably sweet. It's passable.
Sorry, that caught me. So you were saying?
Theron, have you ever been lied to? And then you found out about it. What would you do?
I'd want to know why. I wouldn't stop until I found out.
Yeah, I would too. Because basically, it appears my family does not trust me. This was my first sort of solo trip to take goods out, and clearly they knew this would happen. They knew either I would lose the crates, or I would do something, or there'd be some attack. Maybe they knew this attack would happen, and I was looking after decoy chests, but they didn't want me to know.
Well, maybe the test is not how you react to their deception. Maybe the test is instead how you then adapt to the changing circumstances. Maybe this isn't a case of your family mistreating you or not trusting you. Maybe this is, if you will, a rite of passage. In the Order, when a novitiate reaches 18, they're sent out into the world. You're given nothing, only enough arms and armour to maybe survive a few weeks, rations for barely a fortnight. And it is up to you to survive. If you live and you return to the Citadel on your 21st birthday, you become an Inquisitor. Now, I don't claim to know your family or what they could have done, but maybe this is like that. Maybe we think it's a malicious act, but instead it's the beginning of trust.
With greatest respect, Theron, you do not know my mother. I just carry on drinking. That's it.
I kind of open my mouth to say something. I think about it for a moment, and then I just kind of move myself so I'm sitting next to Aubrey, just so our shoulders are just lightly touching, and join her in drinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
The early hours creep through. At some point, needs of alcohol slip into tiredness.
Completely passed out. Yeah.
Combination of alcohol and weariness kicks in. As I said before, Blue, your dreams are complex.
For a Dragonborn.
But reassuring. All this violence, the danger, it's not necessarily breaking you out of a certain tranquil state of mind, but certainly it's your dreams are visited by events in your past, just times of arguments and fights, and maybe not necessarily important events, but times that you felt stressed or overworked or under threat, and maybe you had nothing to do with it. Maybe it was directed at you. You've never entirely been good at picking up on these sort of things, but they're confusing, and you sleep through, and when you wake, there's a certain calmness to it. There's a certain acceptance of where you are right now, and the food you have, and a sort of comfort knowing that maybe the best thing to do is just keep going forward. Aubrey, your dreams are very complicated. You can't help but replay conversations you've had with family members, with your mother, with your stepfather, with various siblings. You replay conversations you've had where maybe things have been said, actions have been made that you weren't comfortable with, and you keep replaying it. Dreams where you leave a room only to enter it from the other side. Conversations to finish only to restart on exactly where they left off. When you wake, you find that while your head is a little foggy, there's no other truth that you've discovered. There's nothing seems to be sitting right at the moment, and maybe by travelling forward, the answers you're looking for will be there. Sam and Fiona, would you mind leaving the table for a bit?
Oh my god!
I thought you'd never.
That is amazing! Oh my god. She says, sorry camera.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Bring me back something fun.
No.
Theron, your dreams are... You remember finishing the drink that you were holding, feeling foggy, the ship rocking uncomfortably. At some point you must have hit the pillow, but you your eyes adjust and suddenly you're sat up, awake, conscious, sat on one of the stone plinths overlooking Applebury, just outside the Citadel, a seat that you've contemplated from dawn, dusk, midnight, midday, and various points. It's a place in the Citadel that you've managed to find that you can escape from the chaos and the repetition of training. And you're looking down upon Applebury and the city and the chaotic nature that people going about their business. Being free to do what they want, to travel where they want. You've always had a certain jealousy of that. And you just can't quite sit comfortably. You feel the wound under your arm. It's not right. You've never been injured in this place, but here it is. You're sitting there, the clouds drifting past, the sun beating on your face. It all feels real, even to the point where dabbing your arm under, you can see blood. And just next to you, a voice sat next to you on the plinth, and you turn round and sat next to you is a lady dressed in immaculate white half-plate armour. Sat there looking over the view, sat with you. Tell me, Theron, what do you see when you look down?
I see people. I see them free to make their own destiny, to live the lives that they want to live. I see a choice I'm denied.
Denied? How so?
I recognize this woman. Do I? Yeah.
You're pretty sure that
It's
this, at least in nature, looks and feels like Perith, and as soon as that realization floods over you, she looks towards you. This sort of radiant power just overwhelms you almost. This feeling of strength. You felt it from some of the paladins at the top of the order, even to an extent from your father, but never like this.
Forgive me, I'm lost for the proper title to address you. My father denied me this. He told me nothing of my mother. I know only that she is an elf only because he's human, so she must be. And I was never given a choice. I never really even had a father. The only thing I remember is being told that now my life belongs to the Order. And yes, there are people in this world that have terrible lives, that can't do the things that they can't even feed themselves. It's their destiny to struggle. And yes, forgive me, Perith, I know I should be grateful that I have been at least given the opportunity to make a difference, but I can't thank him for denying me the choice.
Then don't thank him. Theron, if you sit here and you let other people's choices restrict you beyond the point that they made the original choice, the chains are your own. Now, this Order, it gives you power. It gives you responsibility, yes, and limitations, but not forever. There will come a time very soon that choice will be yours to make. For you to do whatever you want to do, however you feel is right to do. Do not let other people's chains become your own. Do not back down from the decisions that are yours. Do not give up. Ever. That is not the way. You say these decisions have been forced upon you. You say that this harm has come because of you, because of the actions of others. Then make it right. It is your responsibility, not theirs.
I know that I'm still on the boat, because I'm not really here. Before you go, before I wake up, what do I do? These people I don't even know. These people are older than me, are more skilled than I am, stronger, smarter. They look at me as if I know the answers, as if I know how to lead them. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, then you have a choice. Either you tell them that you don't know, or you learn, and you grow, and you become that person. Because you know you can. I will be by your side. But I will not drag you up. This is your path to walk. Make of it what you will, but it is yours. Remember that.
May I ask you one final thing?
Do you not?
In the Order, they taught us that it was sin and greed and jealousy that stopped you from preventing this. I've been away from the Citadel for barely a week now, and already it seems that things are different than how we were taught. Is it true? Were you betrayed at the last moment? Did you really try to save us from this, or is it? Forgive me, I do not wish to question your divine self. I want to know the truth.
The truth. Theron, the answers to these questions are more complicated than you could comprehend or handle. But maybe one day you'll learn the truth. Theron, I'd like you to make an oath to me that you will go out into this world. You will find the evil that stands against me, and you will fight against it. You will take my name, and you will use it for good, for the light, to banish the darkness. In return, I will show you the truth. And I will give you your freedom. Even though it is not mine to give you. That is what you need.
Then I swear, I will destroy your enemies. I will safeguard the world that you try to save from the evil that would further destroy it. I will do whatever I must to stop anything that could harm the people in Xerieos, regardless of the cost to myself.
Good. Then go, Theron. Be my sword. Fight back the darkness. And with that, blink, and the scene before you is gone, and you wake up rocking, your head thumping from alcohol as you see the dawn light now rising beyond the side of the ship. You two can come down now.
Not sliding down the banister, honest.
Don't. Apparently it's poisoned.
Are you still alive?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Watch the lead, watch the lead.
Got the lead. Alright. I have a lovely picture of my back.
Nice.
Oh. Did everyone sleep alright?
So yeah, the party, you wake up, Aubrey just sort of...
I like the idea that I've not actually got into bed. I'm just sort of in it, but only half, and then slowly falling out. I wake up like, oh!
Exactly, yeah, just like, you just feel that it's stale, but nothing too bad. The rocking again, you keep forgetting about that, it's awful.
Yeah.
You look over and you see Theron probably even subconsciously, just maybe a couple of fingers to the temple, just, ugh, not looking good. Blue.
I feed Philip. Then head
Philip just sort of pokes his head out.
up. There's good Philip. Salad.
Yeah, and with that comes another day. You see the dawn, the sun has risen, maybe a couple of inches now above the horizon. Commotion from the deck as you hear a shout of, "Land ho! Directly in front! 1 hour!" Refuse to use ship terms.
Ship to starboard? No, what was it?
Don't look at me.
This is why we don't do
Don't.
Half speed? If it's straight ahead.
And as the three of you
Onwards, charge.
approach this new section of the journey, not knowing what waits you on this island, you will wake up feeling refreshed, more confident, stronger,
Angrier.
and level 3.
Hey!
So we'll have a long rest, get a level, and we'll pick this up next time.
Oh
It's a good place to leave it, actually.
no! Oh!
Yeah, so there we go.
Had a
David.
good talk? Had a good talk?
Mentally scarred.
Yes, it was a very interesting talk, which is going to be very, at the risk of saying it twice, interesting for Theron's immediate future.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, phew.
There you go.
Right, so 28 health now.
There we go.
Hey.
We'll do the leveling up off camera, but we'll
Yes.
call it there for now. Thank you very much for watching again. Do you like, comment, let us know.
Ding
We
that
probably
bell,
yeah,
whatever it is.
we'll
That's
No,
really cool.
Well, no doubt we'll end up reading it and commenting back with just like that. But I hope you're enjoying it, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. There should be a new step of a bit more RP and exploration and a bit more open world. It was a bit trapped on a boat.
The ship.
Exactly. We're a bit trapped on a boat for the first episode or two, but it's good to build up some stories, some background.
No one died!
No one died. I am. You know what? After that first session, I was ready to be like, guys, should we just pretend this didn't happen? And we'll just start a new campaign and we'll.
It's fine. It's over.
I'm remembering our sort of trial session where we first were playing around with the recordings, and we're fighting that bear, and I think you got hit for the first time, and it was like, yeah, okay, and that's 3/4 of your health in one hit.
Oh, level 1 combat. Yeah,
I just remember thinking, oh Christ, Ryan's not pulling punches.
All those emotional
you don't need it. You're all very careful.
Don't need it.
Well, thank you very much. Join us next time, so we shall hit the beggar's ball. Until then, bye.